Merry Christmas, everyone! What else could you want? Chiefs, Raiders, playoffs on the line for both teams. Man, oh man, Merry Christmas. I hope that you guys all had a great video. I'm sorry, a great Christmas. I know I have. So I'll start off by saying there was some talk about CEH being reported out. That is simply not true. He is going to be active and he is going to play. That was kind of I'm not really sure where that came from. Unfortunately, Josh Jacobs is out. So is rookie tight end Michael Mayer for the Raiders. Both those guys are going to be out. Man, I am very, very excited about this game. For those of you that don't know, with the Denver Broncos losing, which I predicted, you can check out my weekly picks video to see. But I predicted the Patriots would win in an upset. And with a win today, the Kansas City Chiefs will win the AFC West. So it's a big game for the Kansas City Chiefs. With a loss today, the Raiders would be officially out of the playoffs. Now, most of you may think the Raiders are already mathematically eliminated. That's actually not true. You have to have like 800 different things to happen, but the Raiders are still mathematically alive. I'm not exactly sure of all the tiebreaker situations, but could the Raiders win out and make the playoffs somehow? The answer is yes. It is a possibility, but it is very, very unlikely. So a loss actually officially eliminates the Raiders, while a win guarantees the Chiefs the AFC West crown. So they would join both Baltimore and the Miami Dolphins as teams that are locked into the playoffs. So hopefully the Chiefs will get in today on Christmas. And who doesn't want the Chiefs to get into the playoffs? I mean, listen, if you're a fan of an AFC team that's gone to the playoffs, your goal shouldn't be to avoid Kansas City. It should be to play the best. Play the best quarterback in the NFL. Play the team that won the Super Bowl. You want to beat the best. If you're the Cincinnati Bengals, do you really want to get in to the Super Bowl by avoiding Kansas City, or do you want to beat Kansas City? If you're the Buffalo Bills, don't you want to finally beat the Chiefs? If you're the Baltimore Ravens, don't you want to host Patrick Mahomes? I mean, don't you want it? I mean, I got some peppermint flavored coffee from my mom. I put peppermint creamer in it. I don't know why I don't eat it. I am very jacked up. Perry, Merry Christmas, brother, from north of the border. Hey, Dan, hope you're having a great day. It cannot be any better. I got Chiefs. I got Raiders. It's playoffs are on the line for both teams. The Raiders with a loss would be officially mathematically eliminated. Keep in mind, even if they win out, the Raiders still have some other things that have to happen externally for them to make the playoffs. But at 9-8, they would have a mathematical chance. At 6-9, the Raiders would be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. And with a win today, Kansas City Chiefs would win their 8th straight AFC West title. And let's just be honest here. I mean, let's look at the AFC playoff teams here. You got Baltimore and Miami. If you're Miami, don't you want to beat Kansas City, a team that beat you earlier in the year to get to where you want to go? The Cleveland Browns, which team? I know that you're in the same division with Baltimore, so I get that, but don't you really want to beat Kansas City? The Buffalo Bills, and then the 7th spot. Right now, there's a 4-way tie, and I think Denver at 7-8 still a very viable option. But playoffs are on the line. It's actually not bad weather at Arrowhead. It's right around that freezing mark. It's around 39. If you're familiar with Kansas City weather, it's actually not that bad. It's really not that bad. Things have been worse. If you are watching live like myself, we have Taylor Swift is in attendance. So we got our first Taylor Swift sighting. So the game is getting ready to start here. We got kickoff. We're going right to left on your screen here, and the Raiders are going to kick off. The Kansas City Chiefs will receive here, and we are off on Christmas Day. The Chiefs are actually going to return the punt. It's going to be Richie James. He's at the 20. He's going to bounce outside. He's at the 25. He's got a wall, but Raiders push him out at the 34. So the Chiefs get good field position to start today. Without Josh Jacobs, I bet you it's cold up in Canada. It's actually pretty nice here. It was really, really nice here. Merry Christmas, Jeff Bezos' cousin. I mean, I got better hair. I got better hair. But thanks, Chief Superfan. Patrick Mahomes under center. Isaiah Pacheco's 7 yards behind him. He's going to take the handoff. He's going to go around the right side, and he's going to be swallowed up by the Raiders defense. And the key is for the Raiders is that, I got my brother from another mother. I got Chad. Chad, Merry Christmas, man. He sent me a text. I didn't have a chance to respond, but Merry Christmas to my brother from another mother. Oh, my God. Yeah. Mahomes throwing 10 picks. Hey, he may throw one today. And I'll be honest, I don't really care if he throws a pick as long as we get a win. 2nd and 10 here. It's going to be a fake handoff, and it's going to be some sort of miscommunication, then a fumble. I'm not exactly sure, but Isaiah Pacheco has been out the last couple of weeks with a shoulder injury, so it's been his first action in a while here. So it's going to be 3rd and 12 here for the Kansas City Chiefs, and this is exactly what the Raiders want to do, force Kansas City to a quick 3 and out and get the ball back here. So 3rd and 12 here. For the Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes, no backs in the formation here. CEH is going to motion to the top of he's going to motion to the top of the bottom of the formation here. Patrick Mahomes is going to go back to pass here. Patrick Mahomes scrambling around. He's got pressure, and he's going to go down. Raiders get the sack here. Kuntz, he's having a big season here for the Raiders. Kuntz having a big season. So Kansas City goes 3 and out. And bottom line, there's a formula to how you beat Kansas City. There is a formula. I apologize. I said it was Kuntz. It was actually Butler on the sack. What a bad first drive. It was a bad first drive. There's a formula to how to beat Kansas City. You want to force Kansas City to kick field goals instead of touchdowns, or if you can force them 3 and out right here. You want to win the turnover battle. And you also want to win on special teams. And a lot of people really misconstrue what I say when you win on special teams here. The Raiders, and it's a fumble on the punt. The Raiders do recover. It's still going on. And it looks like the Raiders will recover. When I say win on special teams, you don't have to have a punt return or a kick return for a touchdown, but you got to win that field position battle, because what the Raiders want to do is the Raiders want to play ugly. They want to play ball control. They want to shorten the game. They want to be able to force turnovers and play good special teams. Where the Kansas City Chiefs, they just want to go ahead and give their the best player in the NFL, and that's Patrick Mahomes, enough opportunities to get by. Aiden O'Connell's a 4th-round rookie out of Purdue, a guy I really like. He's going to be they're going old school I formation with a fullback and a running back. I'm trying to see who the tailback is here. He's going to get the handoff here. He's going to go right up the middle for he's going to go right up the middle for a gain of 3. And I believe that was Zamir White. I couldn't tell who that was. So I am so happy we won division. Last time we won the division, that Perry is a Lions fan, and Merry Christmas to all the Lions fans that hopefully will join us today. The Lions have won the division. It's since they've realigned this to the 4-team NFC North. The Lions have not won the division. The other 3 teams have, but the Detroit Lions are the 1 team. But that has all changed as of yesterday. So we have an injury timeout here. So when we return from the injury, it will be Chiefs 0, Raiders 0. So very, very, very excited about this game here. Merry Christmas, everybody. And let's go Chiefs. Kevin's in the house. Another one of the Canada people. I love it. I got some love from north of the border. This is just fantastic. I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this. So this is just absolutely great here. I get some love here on Christmas Day. So this is just fantastic. So, and I was trying to confirm that it was Zamir White. Zamir White. Zamir White is a former fourth-round draft pick out of Georgia. A former fourth-round pick out of Georgia. A guy that I really, really liked. Really good player. He's going to go ahead. He's got to have a big game, but you're going to see him. You're going to see Brandon Bolden, and you're going to see Amir Abdullah. Basically, you're going to see kind of a three-way combo. But there's a recipe to how to win this game for the Raiders, and that you want to shorten this game. You want to eat up a lot of clock, and then you want to go ahead and you want to win the special teams battle. All right. That doesn't mean you have to score a touchdown or block a kick. It means that you have to take advantage. That fumbled punt, that was something that you can't do. It didn't result in a turnover, but it you want to go ahead and win the field position battle. And when I say win field position battle, you got to do all the little things right. You got to do all the little things right. So you want to win the turnover battle. You want to win the special teams battle. You want to shorten the field. And then when you get an opportunity, you got to make those opportunities happen. Patrick Mahomes against a fourth-round rookie. Well, it's obvious the Chiefs have the massive advantage. I didn't check DraftKings, but if somebody is got some action or a prop bet, I will say this. I will say this, though, that I really think the Raiders will cover 10. So. Perry, you man, I really, really, really appreciate you. Kevin says we don't have to worry about the Broncos anymore. Back to the game here. It's old school offset I formation here. Aiden O'Connell, play action passer. He wants to go deep, and the Chiefs get the sack. It's Chris Jones. Merry Christmas, Chiefs Kingdom from Chris Jones. Chris Jones, the Chiefs' best defensive player, and he comes down with the sack, and this is exactly what you didn't want to do. Is get the Chiefs defense. The Chiefs defensive line is the strength of this team this year. It really is. It's the Chiefs defensive line. It's deep. It's talented. It's healthy. It's one of the best, if not the very best in the NFL. I know it sounds a lot. I know it sounds crazy, but that was the Chiefs' 47th sack this season. It was third best in the NFL. Shotgun formation here for Aiden O'Connell. Miradula checks into the game here. It's going to be, they're trying to do a screen pass. And Aiden O'Connell, the Chiefs knew this instantly, recognized it. Great coaching call, and the Raiders go 3 and out. The Broncos are not mathematically eliminated, but I predicted. But if you didn't watch my video, I did have New England winning. This is a little different. The Chiefs are going to have 2 kick returners out there. 2 punt returners out there. So if Vegas loses, are picking in the top 10, yeah. They're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. They'll probably end up with the top 10 pick. And I think the Raiders, to be honest, it'll be interesting to see what they do. There's a flag on play. Richie James is going to take the punt return. He's going to squirt up to about midfield. He's going to be on the 49-yard line, still in Chiefs territory. We're going to see what this flag is. Yeah, Chris Jones playing as well as he does really helps out a lot of the other players here. So it's going to be a legal formation for the Raiders. I fully expect the Kansas City Chiefs to go ahead and add this 5 yards instead of just taking a penalty, which they're going to do. So that means that this drive will start in Raiders territory. The Chiefs have got to get points. The Chiefs have got to get points on the board. They got to put points on this drive. Yep, both teams 3 and out. Patrick Mahomes going to be 1st and 10 here. It's going to be he's going to roll out to his left, and it's going to be dropped by Kelsey. And Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers and tight end group has dropped more passes than anyone else in the NFL. And this was just a really simple pitch and catch here, a little out route by Kelsey, and he just drops the ball. No team has dropped more passes than the Kansas City Chiefs this year. And instead of it being second and short, it's going to be 2nd and 10 here from the Raiders 46 here. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the top. Travis Kelsey, and I believe that's Justin Ross is going to be to the bottom here. And this play is going to be blown dead here. I believe it's going to be a false start on Kansas City. So we're going to get the official notice here. It looks like the Chiefs' right tackle, Jawan Taylor, went ahead and jumped, and that's exactly what happened here. Actually, my apologies. It was Rashee Rice. I thought it was the Chiefs' right tackle. So out walking, and the city is like a ghost town. Man, I bet it is, man, especially if it's -4 or whatever. And no, that is not a good stat, Kevin. The Chiefs have more drops than any other team in the NFL. So instead of 2nd and short, now we're looking at 2nd and 15. We're back on our own territory here at the Chiefs 49-yard line. Trips to the top of the formation here. Noah Gray to the bottom here. Pacheco's to Patrick Mahomes' right. Patrick Mahomes going to scramble to the outside here. He wants to go downfield. Instead, he's going to scramble and get a nice gain here, a gain of 5. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. As we look at this 3rd down, this would be back-to-back 3 and outs if the Chiefs can't convert here. But one of the specialties of Patrick Mahomes is converting 3rd and long. The Raiders' best player is easily Max Crosby. If the Raiders had a winning record, I think Max Crosby would win Defensive Player of the Year. He's that good. If you're not aware, you haven't watched Raiders, Max Crosby is as good as any player in the NFL. There's a flag on the play here, and Patrick Mahomes is going to go down. We're going to see what this flag is because it was thrown, it looks like, in the secondary. This could be a holding penalty on one of the Raiders' defensive backs. If that's the case, we're going to look at a first down, but instead it's offsides on the Kansas City Chiefs. Another offsides penalty, MVS, and the Chiefs will go 3 and outs. The Raiders will obviously decline this. So the Kansas City Chiefs offense has gone backwards. The Kansas City Chiefs offense has gone backwards the first 2 drives, 2 3 and outs. Not a good Christmas present. It looks like the Chiefs are on the naughties list so far. Breeze 1500 ATL rise up Dixon Way Dixon Way raid, man. That would be awesome, man. The Dixon Way raid, dude, that is awesome. Oh man, I'm getting raided by the Dixon Way, man. This is just freaking awesome, man. The Dixon Way raid, Merry Christmas. That is freaking awesome, man. That is awesome. This isn't 2012, right? The Dixon Way, man. It's freaking awesome. The Sun God led the Lions to a win yesterday. Yeah, he had a great game. 12 catches, 104 yards, and a touchdown. Great game. Great game. I got a raid from the Dixon Way. That's freaking awesome, man. That is awesome. Merry Christmas to my Atlanta brothers, man. That is just freaking awesome, man. So we're going to a commercial break here. A Pistons fan says, let's go Lions. Oh, man, congratulations to the Detroit Lions clinching for the first time since 1897. First clinch of the division since 1897. Congratulations, Detroit Lions. So when play resumes, we're on a commercial break here. It's going to be Raiders ball, as it was a very nice punt here. It looks like the Raiders are going to take over at the 7, and we're going to need the Kansas City Chiefs are going to need to make some plays on defense. Chris Jones had a sack earlier, and the Chiefs defense is one of the best units in the National Football League. Feels a little weird. It feels a little weird, but that's just the way things are right now in the NFL. So the Chiefs defense is good and the offense is struggling, even with the best player in the NFL in Patrick Mahomes. So, but the Detroit Lions, what a big win for the Detroit Lions. Big win for the Detroit Lions, clinching up the NFC North. And And they're going to be a fun team. You know what I really want, though, if I could have anything in the world, I really want for the playoffs, and it's going to sound like I'm playing Scrooge here, but in the NFC playoffs right now, well, actually it'd be a 2 versus 7, but Philly plays earlier, or Philly will play later on in the day. I really would love to see a Lions-Rams playoff game. A Lions-Rams playoff game. I would love to see it. 1897, though, really, that's all right. Kansas City isn't winning shit again for 30 years. It was be last year to respectable. What's good, Dan? Funk, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas. You know what? 1897 could be accurate because since the team split into the new divisions, Detroit hasn't won. This is the first time. So, but Funk, man, Merry Christmas, and congratulations on winning the North here. We're back to play here. It's a 1st and 10 for the Raiders. They're going to say to 7. It looks closer to the 6 here. Aiden O'Connell's under center. Devontae Adams is going to motion to the bottom of the screen here. It's going to be Zahir White. Neat powers forward for a gain of 5 or 6, depending on where they mark it down at. But a very nice first down run. And this is what the Raiders really want to do. You want to go ahead and get some yardage on 1st and 2nd down, and you want to avoid 3rd and long where you let that great Kansas City Chiefs defensive line really kind of tee off, and that's the last thing that you really want to do. So 2nd and 5 is a perfect situation. And what you're seeing is the Raiders just want to do what I said, is that they want to just shorten this game here. Zahir White's going to go outside to the right, and he's going to get a gain of 6, and he's going to get a Raiders first down. So the Raiders get the first down, 9-17 into the game. And this is exactly what the Raiders want to do. Is they want to go ahead and shorten the game, run the ball, protect the rookie quarterback, because you don't need him to do a lot. You don't need Aiden O'Connell was a lot. 2002, yeah. And the Lions didn't win the division before that. So just having a little fun. Just having a little fun. But, man, congratulations. Play action pass here. Aiden O'Connell's going to hit, I thought it was Austin Hooper, but it's actually the 3rd string tight end for the Raiders here. It wasn't Austin Hooper. It's fathering him. So, 93. Long time. 30 wins, 30 years. Congratulations. 2nd and 4 here for the Raiders. Great job on 1st down. And this is exactly what you want to do. Short gains, control the clock, eat up some time, and most importantly, no mistakes here. Aiden O'Connell, empty set, back to pass, hits Devontae Adams for a gain of 4 and another Raiders first down. And this was just pitch and catch. This was really a great job by the Raiders. All you did is you throw the ball quickly, dump it off, boom, and you're set. And great job by the Raiders here and what they're doing offensively. All they're doing is just dink and dunk. All you're doing is just dink and dunk, and that's all you want to do if you're the Raiders is just dink and dunk, control the clock, keep everything in front of you, and that's all you're trying to do here. That's all you're trying to do. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 27-yard line here. Aiden O'Connell's under center. It's going to be a play action pass here. Chris Jones is in the backfield, but Aiden O'Connell's able to get the ball out to Austin Hooper, and it's a gain of, he tiptoes out of bounds at the 9. So great job by Austin Hooper here. Great job by Austin Hooper getting out of bounds. So great job early on by the Raiders doing everything that they need to do. That was a lot. That was a lot better than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be shorter than that game, but he was able to tiptoe along the sidelines and get a gain of 9. So 2nd and 1. And this allows the whole playbook to open up here for the Raiders here. Aiden O'Connell's under center. It's going to be an end around here, and the end arounds to I believe that was Andre Carter here. No, correction. That's a Trey Tucker 3rd round draft pick out of the University of Cincinnati. Actually, I better double check my facts here. I believe it was the University of Cincinnati. That is correct. 3rd round pick at University of Cincinnati. And they get another first down. So remember, this drive started off at the 7. So the Raiders are doing an excellent job just moving the ball in chunks. And they've already eaten up 3 minutes here, 3 first downs in 3 minutes. A little old school offset eye here. Devontae Adams to the bottom of the screen here. Jacoby Myers is going to join him. So you got tight end on the right side, lined up in standard wide position, 2 receivers to bottom, play action passer. He wants to hit Adams. He's going to go downfield to Jacoby Myers for a first down. Great job by Aiden O'Connell and the Raiders offense. Play action pass. And what he did, read number 1 was Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, the Chiefs had him bracketed. And they hit read number 2. That's excellent. That's really what you want to do, football 101. And great job by Aiden O'Connell by recognizing that option 1 was covered and then going to option 2. And this was almost picked off by Michael Bolton. I was just praising Aiden O'Connell for his excellent quarterback play. And then he comes back and throws one right at Chiefs. I called him Michael Bolton, but Nick Bolton. And Chris Jones is just dominating on this defensive line. Chris Jones is just dominating on this defensive line here. So, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. My favorite girl who's not biologically related to me. Hey girl, Cheryl. Merry Christmas, my man, Dan. Cheryl, Merry Christmas to you and your whole family. And what a treat. I got Cheryl looking beautiful as always. If you haven't already, go to Hey Girl TV and hit that subscribe button. Fashion, fragrance, everything that you want. If you're married, your girl needs to definitely follow to this channel. If you're seeing somebody serious, she needs to follow that channel. And I think this is good stuff for men too. So definitely follow follow my girl Cheryl here. And she says hello to everybody here. 3rd and 2 here for the Raiders here. And Zahir White's going to just power. He goes just right behind the right tackle, powers forward for a gain of 4 and another Raiders first down as this drive is eating up over 4.5 minutes. So this is exactly what the Raiders want to do here. Cheryl, thank you, and Merry Christmas. This is exactly what the Raiders want to do. This is exactly what the Raiders wanted to do. They wanted to shorten this game. They wanted to eat a lot of clock, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. They are on the Chiefs' 33-yard line. Aiden O'Connell's under center here. He's going to motion Myers to the top of the formation, play action passer, and do a fake to end around into screen. Very nice play design here. Jacoby Myers is at the 20. He's at the 15. Gets down to the 12-yard line. Very nice job by the Raiders here. They fake the end around. Then they fake the end around to the top of the formation. Then they go ahead and, they fake the end around to the top of the formation. Fake the reverse to the right. Then they go and dump a screen to the top of the formation for a gain of 21. First down inside the red zone here. Aiden O'Connell, he's going to throw a pass here, and L'Jarius Sneed breaks it up quickly, finished off by Chardney Connor, a 4th-round pick out of Virginia Tech here for a loss of 3. So the Kansas City Chiefs did an excellent job defensively reading that. They're going to call it a loss of 4 here. Great job by the Kansas City Chiefs defense, and lackluster block by Devontae Adams, but that's not really what he gets paid for. A little trash talking between L'Jarius Sneed and Devontae Adams here. It's going to be a 2nd and 14 for the Raiders. The Raiders absolutely have to come away with points. The Chiefs would love nothing more, and they make this just a 3-score game. Empty set here as it's got trips or an emotion. I drew a blank on his name here. The kid out of Clemson. They motioned him to formation here. A little quick 4-yard pass to Austin Hooper here. So it's going to be 3rd and long here. Hunter Renfrow. I can't believe I forgot Hunter Renfrow's name, but Austin Hooper, very nice free agent acquisition. Solid hands, solid all-around corner, solid all-around tight end here. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Not a guy who's going to be a superstar, but he's a guy that can really go ahead and move the sticks here. 3rd and 10, even though 3rd and 10 from the 12-yard line here, and there's a flag on the play here. We're gonna see what they're gonna call. Another Kansas City mistake here. Too many men in the huddle. too many men on the field. So instead of 3rd and 10, it's going to be 3rd and 5. And big mistake here by the Chiefs defense, just not having enough men on the field instead of 3rd and long, which is then big advantageous situation for the Kansas City Chiefs instead of 3rd and long, which is advantage for that great Chiefs pass rush. Instead, what you're doing is you have the whole playbook open because the Raiders could be thinking this is 4-down territory. I mean, it's playoffs or die, so why not go for it here? 3rd and 5 will be interesting to see what they do here. Aiden O'Connell in shotgun formation here. He's got pressure. He's going to dump it off to Amir Abdullah. L'Jarius Sneed with the big stick here after a gain of 1. I think the Raiders will kick a field goal, but I think going for it is not completely out of the question. I know that may sound a little crazy, but I really think that what you may want to do here, if you're the Raiders, is go ahead and go for it. But instead, they're going to take the points. And this, by the way, this drive has lasted 8 minutes. And what I say the Raiders wanted to do is they wanted to shorten this game. So you take 8 minutes off the clock. And even though you only get 3 points, it's a bigger win that you get 8 minutes off the clock. And the field goal is up and good. So after a 8-minute drive by the Raiders should be very proud. You take over half the first quarter away from the Kansas City Chiefs. You want to limit opportunities, and the Chiefs already had the ball twice and gone 3 and out. So the Raiders right now are doing everything right. Raiders up 3-0 as we go to commercial break. Perry asked a great question. You think Las Vegas should blow it up, or should they do a retool and build around O'Connell? I would 100% keep Antonio Pierce. If I'm the Raiders, I keep Antonio Pierce and I keep Aiden O'Connell. And even if the Raiders lose today and you have a high draft pick, you may want to consider trading down, building around this team. There are some really good players in this draft. You could go wide receiver. I personally would build around this offensive line. Even though the offensive line over the last couple of weeks has played a lot better, you can still add to this offensive line. You can add an elite piece. One of my Denver Gator makes fun of me because I have not learned how to pronounce his name. Rome Okuzun, something like that. One of my draft crushes, University of Washington wide receiver. He may be somebody who's available. I know that Chiefs or the Raiders were wanting to shop Colton Miller around the trade deadline, but his price tag, bad move by the previous general manager, signing him to that big contract. So that's a situation that they may want to move on from this offseason, but you may want to draft a receiver and give Aiden O'Connell some weapons. Would it surprise me if the Raiders decided to go with a top quarterback, maybe even trade up to try to get Caleb Williams? No, it wouldn't surprise me at all. If I'm the Raiders, I build around O'Connell because you got somebody with talent and you got somebody with potential. You still got Jimmy Garoppolo. So you still got him. If I'm the Raiders, I build around O'Connell, use this draft pick to get the best possible player on the offense. Now, somebody like maybe Jared Verse, Florida State defensive end, he may be available when the Raiders pick in the draft. Somebody like that opposite Max Crosby is also a possibility. But yes, I definitely think they should build in O'Connell. So. Just wanted to check in. I'm cooking right now. We had a great year, and thank you for your support, and we love you. Yeah, her channel is really, really great, and it's really starting to take off. So proud of you and your growth. Cheryl, you are awesome. Funk says, I see the Chiefs need 12 to try to stop the Raiders today. They need 12 on offense, Funk. They need 12 on offense. And even though the Chiefs were able to hold them 3, Richie James is going to take the kickoff at the 7 here. He's going to go around to outside here, but he's going to be pulled down at the 25-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Kansas City Chiefs when they take possession here. They really need 12 on offense. They really need 12 on offense. By the way, if you're curious, if you're one of the people that follow me on Facebook, I have been I'm in Facebook jail right now. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but my Facebook has been disabled. So my apologies for those of you who follow me on Facebook. I have not deleted the account. I'm just in Facebook jail. So First and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. They do a fake end around and then a screen pass, and it is blown up for a loss of 7. Really great job by Hobbs. He read this perfectly. So the Chiefs are trying to go to a screen at the top of the formation. It was a fake. They wanted to get Pacheco in some open space. Hobbs was there for a huge loss, and this Chiefs offense has lost 107 yards so far this game. It's just been terrible. It's going to be a loss of 16. The Chiefs have thrown for negative 24 passing yards already. So that is just absolutely insane so far here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. He's going to throw a little backwards pass here to Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco is going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Nice play by Spillane. The Chiefs are doing absolutely nothing right today. I really wish I could explain the offensive performance by the Kansas City Chiefs, but I've never seen anything quite this bad by a Patrick Mahomes offense. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid offense. I saw some bad offenses with Romeo Crennel, but nothing like this. And the Chiefs are going to just let the first quarter go to an end here as they are going to try and shake off this terrible first quarter. But at the end of one, we have Scrooge and Grinch ruining the Chiefs' Christmas. We have Raiders 3, Chiefs nothing. So far, Christmas is shitty. It doesn't look good now, but it's as you recall though on I don't know what the story is, but Scrooge was visited by the 3 ghosts, and once he woke up, everything was good. And I think that once the Kansas City Chiefs offense wakes up, everything will be just fine. So they sleptwalked through the first quarter. Congratulations to the Raiders, though. What a great job they did. Now, I know they only put up 3 points, but the whole goal was 2 3-and-outs. So you want to limit the Chiefs offense, okay? You're not going to shut them out. I mean, let's be clear. The Chiefs offense will get on track. So the Chiefs offense will get on track sometime today. They're not going to be shut out. Let's be very clear. You want to limit the Chiefs offense, and then you want to eat up the clock. And the Chiefs defense, you did a great job by limiting the Raiders to 3. So you did a great job there. However, the Raiders ate up over 8 minutes on that field goal drive. And that's exactly what you wanted to do if you were the Raiders, is eat up a lot of the clock. What you want to do is eat up a lot of clock and force mistakes and sacks, 3-and-outs. They're just playing with a higher level of intensity right now. But hey, listen, just like, I think it's a Christmas story. I don't know. I'm not, I'll be honest with you. I'm not really big into Christmas stories. I'm really not. My favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard, which I did not watch. Did not watch Die Hard this year. It's really the only Christmas movie I watch. So I try to watch Die Hard, but if I don't get a chance to watch Die Hard, then for me this is better than any Christmas movie. Chiefs Raiders, and hopefully the Chiefs can get things turned around. But that's what we're looking at right now. So, as we are still on commercial break here, if you're tuning in late, Scrooge has arrived at Arrowhead. The Chiefs offense could not play any worse, and Raiders are up 3-0, and the Raiders doing a great job. 3rd and 15 here. Mahomes in empty set here, and hopefully Chiefs offense can do something to get things turned around here. They're in motion Pacheco here to the bottom of the formation. The Raiders jump off sides here. It looks like Mahomes going to have free plays, fires downfield. It's going to be incomplete here, but there's another flag in the secondary here. This could be the offsides would result in 3rd and 10, so the Chiefs will get a redo. But if this is a flag in the secondary, resulting in an automatic first down, so we'll have to see what's going on here with the Kansas City Chiefs here. But the Raiders jumped off sides, but that would just result in 3rd and 10. However, the flag was thrown in the secondary. Usually that results in a pass interference or illegal contact. And this is going to be holding on the Raiders secondary, and that's going to result in the Kansas City Chiefs first down. So the Kansas City Chiefs do get a break here offensively, as they do get a first down. So the first down of the game will be thanks to penalty. So Kansas City Chiefs will get a first down here. Hey, you got some positive yards. Good job. By the way, if you're not aware, Funk is, by the way, the thumbnail is just fantastic. I'm not a fan of the all black helmets or jerseys that teams are doing, but yours is awesome. Yours is awesome. But Funk's a huge Raiders fan as well as being a huge Lions fan. Longtime supporter is Funk. Max Crosby's getting pressure on Mahomes. Mahomes scrambling away, throws the ball out of bounds. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 25. 2nd and 10. And Max Crosby, by the way, it's kind of like Max Crosby and Patrick Mahomes. A lot of people may not know this. These guys are actually friends. But today they're competitors. And if the Raiders, by the way, if the Raiders were in playoff contention, Max Crosby would completely be in the conversation for a defensive player of the year. He is that good. He is that good. Negative 18 yards in the first quarter for the Kansas City Chiefs offense, but they will get things turned around. Patrick Mahomes is under center. He's going to hand off to Pacheco. Pacheco's going to bounce around to the left side and lose 3. And things could not get any better. Dan, what's the Taylor Swift counter at the way? I got one. I got one so far. So Taylor Swift sighting is 1. Taylor Swift sighting as 1. And the Chiefs lost 3 on that play. I've never seen a Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid offense look this bad early on. And so we got to get some things ironed out here. Got to get some things ironed out. 3rd and 13 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Bengals are, well, we'll see here. I mean, we'll see here. Bengals may not even make the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. He wants to go downfield. He's trying to get it all back at once, throws it, and it's complete out of bounds. It's going to be close to a first down. Rashee Rice on the play here, and he's going to be about a yard short of the first down. So Rashee Rice makes a very nice catch out of bounds here. And they're going to take a look at this. Does he have both feet down? And he does. That is a fantastic catch by Rashee Rice here. And he's got one, and he drags the left foot out of bounds. What a great catch by Rashee Rice as he makes something happen for the Kansas City Chiefs offense. But it's 4th, and they're going to call it 4th and 2. To me, it looks like a 4th and 1. And the Chiefs are going to go ahead and punt. Some of you may be wondering why. Look, it's too early and it's too deep, but a good job by Rashee Rice making something positive happen. Tommy Townsend's on the punt here, and this is going to be a short punt, but it's going to be fair caught at the 25-yard line. So the Raiders are going to take over 1st and 10 at the 25. So the Raiders like the new coach are playing around. Yeah, I would. You know, so it's 3-0, 13-17 left in the second as we go to commercial break. If I am the Raiders, I keep Antonio Pierce and I keep Aiden O'Connell. And, just for fun, Funk, let's take a look at this draft. And the way the draft is today, now keep in mind this is going to be subject to change, but let's just say the way things are today, the Raiders will pick 6. So you pick 6 overall. Is there a quarterback still on the board that somebody's going to trade up for? I think there could be. And I'm looking specifically at Jaden Daniels because I know that there's several teams in the NFC South that would be very, very, very interested in trading up. I'm looking at Atlanta. I'm looking at Tampa Bay. I'm looking at the Saints, even though they got the Raiders' old quarterback in Derek Carr. So I think all those teams could be interested if the Raiders pick at 6. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And then you could probably get quite a bit when there's a quarterback available. You always get more in draft compensation when a team's trading up for a quarterback. So the Raiders could get quite a bit for the 6 overall pick. But at number 6, is there a receiver? I mentioned Rome Olakun. The receiver out of University of Washington. I have a major man crush on him. So that would be somebody you could take a look at. Jared Voss versus the University of Florida State defensive end would be another guy opposite of Max Crosby. Could be very, very dangerous. You could get Fassinu, the offensive tackle at Penn State. You can do a variety of different things, but yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, hey, how come Charles Woods? Welcome, brother. Hey, how come we don't see bootleg plays anymore? I say that would be a good play. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of bootlegs. So I really like it. I like the Raiders using it. I would like to see it more. The thing is, you don't see it very much from Kansas City because Kansas City is a pass-first offense. But if you're a run-first offense like the Raiders have, I think the bootleg is just amazing. Here, 1st and 10 for the 25-yard line here. Aiden O'Connell's under center. Zaire White is about 7 yards behind him here. Raiders are going with a 12 personnel. That's 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. Actually, it's fullback. Play action pass here. O'Connell's getting pressure. Chris Jones, it's hard to talk about the Chiefs defense when the Raiders defense is playing so good, but Chris Jones has just been unstoppable. And Chris Jones, whether it's from Kansas City or another NFL team's playing for a new contract, he has just been unstoppable early on. Absolutely unstoppable. And they're going to give him a break as they're kind of anticipating either another long drive or hopefully a 3rd and long here. But one thing about this Chiefs defensive line is there's a lot of bodies, and they can really afford to rotate some players. Aiden O'Connell's back to pass. He's got pressure. It's going to be bounced off Devontae Adams' shoulder pads. And that's a nice play. And the reason why I say that is that they had Devontae Adams lined up against Drew Tranquill. Drew Tranquill plays linebacker. So anytime you get Devontae Adams lined up in coverage against a linebacker, and to be honest, that should have been caught. The throw wasn't perfect. It was a little off because if he makes that throw perfectly, Devontae Adams gets a 1st down easily. Instead, it's going to be a 3rd and long here, 3rd and long. And this is where the Chiefs defense really shines. Chris Jones is going to line up as an end. They're going to move Karlaftis inside, something the Chiefs really, really like to do. Mike Dana's just been dominant this year. He's had a great season. He's on the other defensive end. Chiefs blitz, bring pressure, and forces Aiden O'Connell to a bad pass, and he goes down hard. Great job by the Chiefs defense. So it's going to be after a quick 3 and out. Chiefs are going to get the ball back. And this was a great job. Trent McDuffie designed this. It was a Trent Duffy corner blitz, perfectly designed. He wasn't covered by Devontae Adams. And then so what they did is they blitzed McDuffie while they double teamed Adams. Great defensive call, forcing that really a bad pass in the double coverage. But the things, Aiden O'Connell also got hit. So that's always a good thing. 4th and 10 for the Raiders is the Raiders punt here as we're going an old school defensive matchup early, and Richie James going to wait for a fair catch as he catches the ball at the 25. So the teams go from back and forth to the 25-yard line. And we're going to see if the Kansas City Chiefs can finally generate some offense here. 12:55 left in the second quarter. Raiders 3, Chiefs nothing. Does Kansas City get rid of Matt Nagy? No, the Kansas City Chiefs are perfectly fine with Matt Nagy. There may be some tweaks, but I think Matt Nagy will stay as the offensive coordinator. There may be some tweaks in the coaching staff, and there could be some tweaks in personnel. I think the biggest problem for this Kansas City Chiefs offense is at the wide receiver position. Chiefs have had more drops by a very large margin than any other receiving core. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see multiple receivers let go of this team. MVS is on the last year of his contract. I think he's due to make something like $13 million next year. That's not going to happen. Kadarius Toney, even though the Chiefs gave up a 3rd and a 6 for him, don't be surprised if they let him go. Sky Moore, a 2nd-round pick. I haven't even seen him on the field yet. This is a guy that's really regressed. Even though he was a 2nd-round pick, I'm tending to believe that the Chiefs will try to do more with him. Is there was a lot of hype around him in the offseason, but don't be surprised if he ends up being a surprise cut this offseason. When I say offseason, I mean in training camp. So that's kind of what I'm thinking personally. So Chad, I have a major man crush on you, man. Chad's like my brother from another mother. Bruce Lee, I think Kansas City's going to win this game. Bruce, I completely agree with you. So far, it started off everything good for the Raiders, but Chiefs' great defense has kept them in the game. You're not going to shut up Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce in this offense for long. They had one bad quarter, but they're going to be just fine. They'll get some things. They'll get some things ironed out here. What big name will Mark Davis go for this year? Actually, I really don't think he's going to. I think that what they're going to do is, you meant in coaching hire. I really think that they're going to stick with Antonio Pierce. I really do. I really think that they're going to stick with Antonio Pierce. That's kind of my opinion. Hey, would it help Kansas City to try bootlegger too? I think that what they really need to do is just make some adjustments and go with a quick pass. Go with some quick passes. That's it. Just some quick throws. Once you get a completion or two, Rashee Rice had a very nice third down reception. So it's going to be a handoff for Isaiah Pacheco. He's going to go around the right side for a gain of nothing. And the Raiders defense is playing with a lot of intensity right now. Give a lot of credit to the Raiders, as that was a no gain here for 0 yards for Isaiah Pacheco. So I told my buddy Corey, a.k.a. the Red Sea, to start Pacheco in fantasy. Hopefully it does not bite him in the ass. Hopefully it does not bite him in the ass. One Pride 40 Kings of the North are here. Congratulations again for the Detroit Lions winning their first NFC North since 1897. Funk did not appreciate the joke. But I hope you do. First time in 30 years. Give a lot of credit to the Detroit Lions. What a great season. And this is just an excellent year for the Detroit Lions. Great job. What better Christmas could you want? The only thing that would be better, One Pride, is for the Chiefs, for your Chiefs to win. 2nd and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. Isaiah Pacheco to his left here. Travis Kelce is going to motion down from the top to the slot. Patrick Mahomes is going to go back to pass. He's going to hit, and it's going to be incomplete. MVS and Patrick Mahomes are not on target. A very visibly upset Patrick Mahomes and a visibly upset MVS here, as they were not on the same page. This is, by the way, just pitch and catch. And I'm going to blame MVS over Mahomes, but MVS was open. So MVS was open. The throw was just a little off here. CEH is going to enter the game in old school I formation here, 7 yards behind. Actually, Patrick Mahomes is going to be in the pistol. CEH is going to be behind Mahomes. Mahomes going downfield, and it's going to be caught by Rashee Rice for a Kansas City Chiefs first down, the first first down in the game, a gain of 13. And Rashee Rice is the guy who's getting things going for this Kansas City offense, the only receiver who's caught a pass so far for the Kansas City Chiefs. And Rashee Rice is a rookie, second-round pick out of SMU, a guy, my favorite draft pick. This is a guy that is going to be a really, really, really good player. Hopefully we see continued improvement from Rashee Rice. So 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 40-yard line here. Patrick Mahomes is under center. He's going to motion Richie James here. It's going to be a play-action pass for Isaiah Pacheco. Not much of a play-action pass. Patrick Mahomes is going to scramble out to the right side here. He's going to move for the 45, go out of bounds at the 47 for a gain of 6. Great job by Patrick Mahomes, just not seeing anybody downfield and just using his legs. He's had to run a lot more this year than he has in previous years past. And it looks like what the Chiefs are trying to do is just try to spread the ball out and let Patrick Mahomes kind of just pick and choose. I think what they really wanted, though, is Justin Watson deep, and the Raiders had Justin Watson double covered here. So good job by the Kansas City or by the Raiders defense here. But Patrick Mahomes does get a gain of 5 here. Isaiah Pacheco is going to go. He's going to bounce. Well, it looks like he was trying to bounce the outside, cuts inside, but only gets a gain of 1. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 for the Kansas City Chiefs. As Chiefs are going to do everything they can to get their second first down of the game. Isaiah Pacheco currently 4 carries for -1 yard. So Corey, a.k.a. the Red Sea. Sorry, I told you to start Pacheco, but it's a long game, man. We got a long game here. Actually, they're going to call it, I thought it was 3rd and 4. They're going to call it 3rd and 3 here. Patrick Mahomes is going to be in shotgun formation here. Pacheco is going to stay in the game. No Jared McKinnon today, as he's going to be on IR. Patrick Mahomes is going to sprint to the right here. It's going to be a quick catch by Richie James, spin move, and he dives forward for a gain of 3 more. So it's a gain of 6 and another Kansas City Chiefs first down as the offense starting to get going. Richie James is the Chiefs kick-in punt returner, not a guy that they really wanted to use on offense, but the Chiefs wide receivers have just not been getting it done. And this is a good job by the Kansas City Chiefs, is that what they wanted to do was generate some motion with Travis Kelce. It doesn't look like anybody really went with him, though, but they did get the first down here. Travis Kelce currently is being shut out, but that will change. So Travis Kelce is going to motion to the top of the formation here, and they're going to a little quick screen to Travis Kelce, and he's going to power forward to first down. Stiff arm to oh my God! Gain of 20 yards. Travis Kelce just stiff armed somebody, ran him right over. You want to talk trucking somebody? He just trucked a Raider. I don't know who that was, but he just ran over somebody. Great job by the Kansas City Chiefs just getting Travis Kelce in the open field, and he just trucked the poor defensive back. I can't see who that was. And there's another Taylor Swift sighting. By the way, that's Travis Kelce's 900th career reception. That's 4th all-time by NFL tight ends. Great job by Travis Kelce. First down, Kansas City on the 23-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to dump this other one off to Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce just runs right into Devon Diablo. Powers forward for a gain of 6. So now Travis Kelce is seriously just putting this offense on his shoulders. He's talking to the ref. He's very unhappy about something. I'm not exactly sure what he's mad about. They're showing a replay here, and I think he's unhappy that there was an extra hit. It wasn't, I didn't think it was a dirty play, but after he ran over Diablo, Max Crosby came on, and I can't really tell Max Crosby and Travis Kelce are having some words. 2nd and 4 here for the Kansas City Chiefs here. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco. He's going to cut up the middle he's going to corkscrew himself for a first down. It looked like he was stopped after a gain of 2. Corkscrewed his way to the right for an additional 3 yards and another Kansas City Chiefs first down. So the Kansas City Chiefs offense is finally clicking, finally moving the ball down the field here. So great job by the Kansas City Chiefs here. Great job by the Kansas City Chiefs. And by the way, on that play, they're showing the replay here is just a one-on-one with Blake Bell, the Chiefs backup tight end, blocking Max Crosby. The reason why they did that is the play was going away from Max Crosby. You won't see that often from the Kansas City Chiefs putting a tight end on Max Crosby. 1st and 10 at the Raiders' 12-yard line here. And it's going to be a Pacheco's fake snap here, and he's going to go around to the left side. He's going to power for touchdown, Kansas City! Touchdown, Isaiah Pacheco! Corey, a.k.a. the Red Sea, I told you to start him in fantasy football. Great job, Kansas City Chiefs, as they get creative. Isaiah Pacheco takes the direct snap around the left side for a 12-yard touchdown. Chiefs 6, Raiders 3. Great job, Kansas City Chiefs, as they fake the pitch to Patrick Mahomes, who is lined up as a wide receiver. Isaiah Pacheco goes untouched around the left side. And Wanda Morris, by the way, leading the way, a rookie 4th-round pick, getting his 3rd consecutive start at left tackle, has done a fantastic job. The extra point is up. The extra point is good. With 7:34 left in the second quarter, the Kansas City Chiefs 7, Raiders 3. The good guys are in front. Good guys are in front, so one pride could make this a better Christmas than the Lions winning the North. The Kansas City Chiefs winning the West. So as we go to commercial break, I'm going to read some of these fantastic comments here. Our safeties played the games of their lives. I did not get a chance to watch the game, One Pride 40, but from what I'm told, Brian Branch played a fantastic game. I'm told Brian Branch played a fantastic game. So we need Xavier Worthy in a bad way. All right. If he played lights out, Kirby and Branch had all 5 picks. There was 5? I thought it was 4. Now Nick Mullins did throw for 411, which would bother me a little bit. But, I mean, the main thing is that you won. But Kirby and Branch, 5 picks? I thought it was 4. That's still a lot. It's still a lot. Branch should be in consideration for defensive rookie of the year. Had a really good season. One of my favorite draft picks. The Lions had some really, really great draft picks. They had Brian Branch in the second round, one of my favorite players coming into the draft. The Chargers, which fired their general manager, by the way. I really thought Brian Branch made a lot of sense to the Chargers when they were picking. I believe it was pick number 21. They went with Quentin Johnston, a wide receiver out of TCU. My number one wide receiver, but I really didn't think the Chargers needed a receiver as much as they need some help on defense. I really thought that Brian Branch, if he lasted all the way to when the Chargers picked in the draft, that is the guy that the Chargers should have chosen. And I thought they made a big mistake. And then Brian Branch lasts all the way into the second round, where Detroit really capitalized in the draft. That was just a really, really, really good draft pick by the Detroit Lions. Hey, who do you think wins in tonight's game between San Francisco and Baltimore tonight at 8? Charles, I you know what? I should have had this ready to go. I didn't put it in the description. I do encourage you, if you haven't already, to check out my whoops, I have the wrong thing copied and pasted. I apologize. But check out my video if you haven't already. But I do have I had some upsets. By the way, I did correctly predict the Patriots beating the Broncos in my picks video, but I also have Baltimore winning tonight. But do check out my video if you haven't already. If you haven't already, please check it out. It's a really good video. It's a really, really, really good video. But yeah, I do have Baltimore winning. And I think that not only will Baltimore win, I think that Lamar Jackson ends up after tonight as the front runner and MVP. I think he ends up the front runner. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, Isaiah Pacheco. I told Corey aka Red Sea to start him, and hopefully he did. I haven't heard from him yet. We're back to the game here, going left to right on your screen here. The Raiders, Aiden O'Connell's under center here. He's going to hand off to Zamir White. And Zamir White's having a pretty good game, folks. He powers forward for a gain of 3. And if you're wondering, has the plans changed for the Raiders now that they're down? The answer is no. You still want to do the same exact thing. You want to control the clock. You want to control the clock. You don't want to turn the ball over. And you still want to shorten the game. Even though you're down, you still want to shorten the game. You still want to keep this a very close game. You want to eat up a lot of clock. You just want to limit your mistakes. And keep in mind, you forced Kansas City into multiple 3 and out. So it's not that big of a deal that you're down 7-3. You don't want to panic is the big thing if you're the Raiders. And Zamir White gets a first down here, 6 carries, 30 yards so far. And he's doing a fantastic job. And the Raiders show a little tempo here. Aiden O'Connell under center, trips at the bottom of formation here as they're going to try to trick the Kansas City Chiefs by going a little hurry up here. And they're going to give Zamir White the carry, but Nadomi awesome number 91, and I can never get that guy's name right. He stops Zamir White for only a gain of 1 here, and he's a guy that's going to be a free agent after the season, and he is a guy that I would love to stay in a Chiefs uniform. Big, powerful nose tackle, kind of your stereotypical zero technique, if you know the old school 3-4 defense. But he's a guy who's really a great run stuffer. I'd love to see back in Kansas City. They're going to call it 2nd and 7. I thought it was a gain of 1, but teaches me here. Aiden O'Connell's going to take the shotgun snap here. He's getting pressure. Chris Jones is almost unstoppable today. Chris Jones is almost unstoppable, and Aiden O'Connell throws an incompletion. L'Jarius Sneed draped all over Devontae Adams like a cheap suit. And what the Chiefs did here is just have him 1-on-1 against Devontae Adams. And we're really just trying to jump ball. And it was actually a phenomenal throw by Aiden O'Connell, even though he was really getting a lot of pressure. Chris Jones is dominant today, and so far has been MVP of the day here as he's playing for a big contract this offseason. Hopefully with Kansas City here. 3rd and 7 for the Raiders here. Aiden O'Connell's in shotgun formation here. Trips to the bottom of formation here. And they're going to do a handoff to Amir Abdullah, former Nebraska running back around the left side. But he's going to be stopped after a gain of 4. So it'll be a Raiders 4th down. I fully expect I fully expect the Raiders to punt here, but listen, they have nothing to lose. Technically, they're eliminated from playoff contention with a loss today. They are officially eliminated, but with a win, they could have a lot of different things happen. But the Raiders are showing punt, but the Raiders could be up for anything. So 4th and 3 here for the Raiders here, and they are actually going to go ahead and punt. Richie James is going to be back there, and he's going to let it bounce, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Very nice punt by the Raiders here. So when play resumes, 5 minutes left in the second quarter here, Chiefs 7, Raiders 3. One Pride 40 says Pacheco is the truth. As a Chiefs fan, I'm saying that. If he had one. Iffy. Is that Uwakanu? I actually thought he played corner. AG need to be let go at the season's end if Lions want long-term success. It'll be very interesting, to be honest, what the Lions do this offseason, because you're in a completely different situation than normal. Normally, if you're the Detroit Lions, you're trying to add things, and this is different because you're going to lose things. You're going to lose coaches. You're going to lose players. Teams are now gunning for you for the first time in 30 years. You're going to have a first-place schedule. You're going to be on prime time a lot more. It's going to be different, and it'll be interesting to see how they handle it. Ben Johnson's the top of a lot of people's wish list as a new head coach. He's on top of a lot of lists. Aaron Glenn, I have no idea. It wouldn't surprise me if he gets interviewed a lot. He'll get interviewed a lot. I'm not sure he'll get one, but we'll see. Oh my God. The talent, the great one, the B in the Back Talk Brothers. Gooch! Hiya, boys. Merry Christmas, Gooch. All I want for Christmas is a Chiefs win and the AFC West crown. One Pride 40 says, I did get an Apple Watch, which is pretty cool. Dude, that's a great present. That is a great present. My buddy Chad gave me a digital watch. If you notice, I'm not wearing it. The reason why is I tried to sync it up to my body heart rate, because that's what I really wanted it for when I run. And I couldn't figure that out yet. So I have the instructions. I just haven't had the time to kind of go through it, but I couldn't get the sync up with my heart rate, which is what he does, because I'm proud to say that my buddy Chad's lost 90 pounds. So I was trying to do the same thing and not trying to lose 90 pounds. Of course, I'm 170. Hopefully I'm 170. I've eaten a lot of junk food the last several days. So a Brian Branch and oh my God, somebody was very good for Christmas. 5 minutes left in the second quarter here. It's a 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 13-yard line here. It's going to be a handoff. It's going to be, oh my God, the Raiders picked this up. The Raiders score a touchdown. Oh my God, Raiders touchdown. The Kansas City Chiefs, Isaiah Pacheco was lined up as the quarterback. He was going to hand the ball off to Patrick Mahomes. The handoff was fumbled. The Raiders pick up the ball, go into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders. Raiders now take the lead 9-7 as the Chiefs get cute. And by the way, this was just bad. So what happened is it looked like, by the way, Isaiah Pacheco, along with several other Chiefs, are former quarterbacks on one level or another. And it looked like it was designed to be a zone read option. And what the zone read option is that the quarterback reads the defensive end. If the defensive end drops down on the quarterback, you put the ball back. It looks like it was mixed up. And then this is a botched extra point here. And the Raiders will not get this. So it's 9-7 in a very crazy sequence of events here. So I was trying to describe the zone read to you guys, which was completely botched. And here's the thing, Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the NFL. You want to blame Pacheco. It's hard to say who that is. My initial reaction is to blame Pacheco because he pulled the ball out, but it looks like Patrick Mahomes, after he got the ball, clamped down and didn't realize that the option was by the quarterback. But you don't want to do that Yeah, it worked for a touchdown earlier, so I get why the Chiefs went back to it. But let's just have Patrick Mahomes stay as the quarterback here. And so the Raiders take the lead to go 9-7. Well, yeah. I mean, not right now, but not right now. He's playing for a contract. Yes, I did. And I was very impressed with Miami Dolphins. Dallas, to me, has as much talent as anybody. And when they're at home, they're the best team in football. On the road, they're not that good. So, I mean, if they can win the East, which is tough to do because Philly with a win, they'll kind of be really on the inside track here. Of course, Philly will play in just a couple hours. I'm not sold on Miami. I'm really not. Tyreek Hill was my MVP for a large part of the year, and I'll be honest, we'll have to see what happens in the next couple of games, but Miami did clinch a playoff spot. Tyreek Hill is arguably the best player in football. So we'll have to see what happens, but Dallas was my pick to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC, but they need to win on the road. So back to the game here. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs after 4:55 left it before the half here. Patrick Mahomes, and he throws a pick. It's run back. He's going to score. Touchdown Raiders after the Patrick Mahomes pick six. The Raiders score back-to-back defensive touchdowns. Jack Jones, newly acquired by the Raiders, takes the ball back to the house. Raiders up 15-7 as Patrick Mahomes throws a pick six. Unbelievable sequence of events. The Chiefs went from being up 7-3 to giving up not just one, but two defensive touchdowns. Unbelievable as the Raiders will line up again for an extra point here. Unbelievable sequence of events for the Raiders. What a great job by the Raiders defense, not scoring one defensive touchdown, but going for two. Two defensive touchdowns in 7 seconds. Scrooge twice. Scrooge strikes twice. And the Raiders, after the crazy extra point attempt, which failed, they're going to line up for two to try to take this instead of going from 8 to 10. I don't agree with this, by the way. Even if it's complete, I would definitely take the one. But if it's not a completion, give it the opportunity for the Chiefs to make this one possession game. This is a mistake. And it's going to be a direct handoff here to Zamir White, and he's going to be stopped right at the goal line here. We're going to see where they spot this at. Nobody's made a signal as of yet. And it's going to be good. So the Raiders score on the 2-point conversion to take a 17-7 lead. So with 4:48 left before the half, the Raiders will take a 10-point lead after 2 defensive touchdowns. Yeah, this is just crazy, man. This is just absolutely crazy, Charles. I can't believe it myself. The Raiders apparently have been very, very good. And Chiefs fans are, well, I mean, very disappointed. But, hey, listen, we still have over a half of football left, so Chiefs fans do not be discouraged. Jack Jones with the pick six here. Great job by Jack Jones. Newly acquired Jack Jones. Newly acquired. I can't remember the team that he was cut by. He was cut by the Patriots, former 4th-round pick out of Arizona State. Cut by the Patriots, signed by the Raiders. Talented player. Very talented player and an excellent acquisition by the Raiders. And a new iPhone? Jesus, One Pride got a couple jerseys, an iPhone, and an iWatch. What have you done this year? Oh, my God, you have been a very, very good boy. I'm sorry, it sounds insulting. No, I'm jealous, man. God. I had a great Christmas, though. Great Christmas. And it's an entertaining game. Entertaining game so far. And the Raiders are going to kick the ball into the end zone. Chiefs are going to take over 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs here with 4:48 left in the half. Now, there's no such thing as a 10-point play, but 17-7 here. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, a Lions win. Chad got a Glock. That is sweet. By the way, Chad, if you're wondering, I have been kicked off Facebook. I have no idea why. So I've sent in. I just found out this morning. I was like, first thing I did was try to sync up because my YouTube channel is set up on Facebook, YouTube, or the live stream set up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. But I got kicked off of Facebook. I just found out this morning. And Jack Jones is talking a little bit of trash here, and Antonio Pierce wisely gets in between Jack Jones and some Chiefs players. I don't know what the skirmish was about here, but Antonio Pierce is still talking to Jack Jones, and that's a very, very smart move and a great head coaching move. By the way, Antonio Pierce, if he does not get the Raiders job, I really have to question Raiders ownership. But Jack Jones, after getting the pick 6, had some things to say, but I'm shocked at the pass being in. Yeah, I know. Hey, look, we're going to find out what's going on here. 1st and 10 here, and there's something going on here. Jack Jones is – I don't get it. You got pick 6, and he looks like he's mad about something. Oh, okay. Apparently – I think what happened is a Chiefs player ripped off his mouthpiece, and referees didn't call it, so he was kind of angry about it. By the way, that is a personal foul by doing that. So if that did in fact happen, it should have been a 15-yard penalty on the Chiefs player, but it doesn't. But they didn't show that on the replay. But that's apparently, I think, what happened. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Raiders up 17-7 after back-to-back defensive touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes going to get a little quick screen to Rashid Rice. Rashid Rice going to go around to the outside for a gain of 9. Rashid Rice is having a day, folks. Rashid Rice is having a day. Travis Kelce, after a drop, has had a pretty good game here. So it's going to be a 2nd and 1. Even though it's inside 5 minutes, the clock is moving. I'm not exactly sure why that is. The clock should be stopped, but this may benefit Kansas City. Remember, Kansas City gets the ball first in the second half here. So Kansas City will get the ball first in the second half here. Actually, I believe the Raiders do. I apologize. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. He's going to hit Justin Watson. Justin Watson for a 1st down. He goes down at the 43-yard line here. Justin Watson, the other receiver, the only other – actually, Richie James has one too. So I'm just spewing a bunch of lies here. But Patrick Mahomes now starting to catch fire here. And the Kansas City Chiefs offense, after giving up back-to-back defensive touchdowns here, will try to put some points on before the half's over here. Raiders 17, Chiefs 7 as we go under 3:45 in the first half. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. 2 tight ends. And actually, Kelsey's not. No, it's just Kelsey. Isaiah Pacheco around the right side here. He's going to be stopped after a gain of 4 here. So it's going to be a 2nd and 4, maybe 2nd and 5 here as we go under 3:30 left in the first half here. And the Kansas City Chiefs, what they want to do, not give the Raiders the ball back, or if you do, just a few seconds, and they want to put up some points. So Chad Dan's probably got like I get it now. Yeah, I got a lump of coal. No, I've been good this year, man. 2nd and 5 here. The Chiefs are going with 12 personnel here, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and Patrick Mahomes is going to call for a timeout as he does not see what he likes. So with 2:55 left before the half here, the Chiefs use their 2nd timeout. It's going to be 2nd and 5 here as we take a quick commercial break. No, I've been good this year. I didn't get an iWatch, an iPhone, and a couple jerseys, but I did get some really cool stuff. I got a Chiefs jacket I'm not wearing, but I'll probably wear later on, though. I had Chiefs jacket. It's pretty cool. Or what do you call it? A hoodie. I got a Chiefs hoodie from my sister. So any given Sunday, but not this Sunday, please. LOL. I know, Kevin. I'm feeling it. I guess, would you think that Kinsey needs to forget about this half and begin the second half on a clean start? Actually, I think the Chiefs really should focus on the mistakes they made in the first half and just try to play mistake-free football. They're the more talented team. They're the better team. What you want to do is put up some points before half and then go into the second half and just say, hey, let's start clean. So the answer is yes, even though I started off by saying no. Why? I said no, I don't know. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. He's got some pressure. He's going to scramble. He's going to dump it off downfield and almost throws another pick as he tries to hit Rashid Rice downfield. And this was a mistake by Patrick Mahomes. Instead of throwing the ball into around 3 Raiders, and there's 3 Raiders around Rashid Rice. So I'm not really sure, because this almost was really picked off by Robertson. What Patrick Mahomes should have done is just run for the first down, because he had plenty of room. But he was just trying to play hero ball here. And this was one of the things that Patrick Mahomes really has to stop doing. Just take short and sweet here. Don't try to get everything back at once here. 3rd and 5 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Trips at the top of the formation. Richie James moves to the bottom here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. He's going to scramble around to the right. He's going to throw the ball, and it's going to be incomplete. Rashid Rice wants a flag as he falls down, or was tripped down here, but it's going to be a 4th and 5, and the Kansas City Chiefs punting team will enter the field here. 2:43 left in the first half as the Chiefs get ready to punt here. And the question is for the Raiders is, do they play conservative, or do they try to put some points on the board to extend that lead? If I'm the Raiders, I would actually try to get aggressive here, because you're up by 10. You're playing with house money, gambling term. That's a fake punt, and it's caught. It's caught. Tommy Townsend on the out route to Justin Watson. It's caught. First down, Kansas City Chiefs. First down, Kansas City Chiefs. A trick play. The Chiefs go into the bag of tricks here, and they're going to look over this, but it's close. But Justin Watson gets the catch. Nice job, Justin Watson. Gets a knee down, which counts as 2 feet. It's going to be first down, Kansas City, even though they are going to take a look at this. It's going to be a first down, Kansas City here. And what a great job. Tommy Townsend with the trick play. The punter throwing the out route. Patrick Mahomes lines up here at the Raiders 41. He goes back to pass. He's going to scramble around to the right side. There's a flag down that usually indicates holding. Patrick Mahomes is going to go out of bounds after a gain of 5, but this is probably going to come back as we approach a 2-minute warning here. This is thrown into the vicinity of holding, so I fully expect this to be a hold on the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line, and this is going to move back. And the referees are all getting together here. We're going to find out what's going on here, but they're actually discussing what's going on. But it looks like in the vicinity of holding, because normally when the flag's thrown in the offensive backfield, that usually indicates holding, but we're going to see what happens. But the play stands. It's a Patrick Mahomes 7-yard gain here on the scramble. There are 2 fouls on the play here, one against each team. So it's an illegal motion call, and then holding on the Raiders, which negates the play. So it's going to be offsetting penalties. So we're going to go ahead and repeat first down. So we're at the 2-minute warning. We're going to have a commercial break for the 2-minute warning, but when play resumes, it's going to be a 1st and 10 again for the Kansas City Chiefs. And yeah, Kevin, you're right. What a creep. So Kevin says bench Patrick Mahomes. I get that. Hey, man, life is good. Of course it is. Of course it is. Elite Christmas movie, Daddy's Home 2. Is that with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg? I would not call it elite, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It is not bad. Life is good. The Lions win the division for the first time in 30 years. 2 jerseys, an iWatch, an iPhone. Yeah, life's been very good to you, One Pride. Congratulations, brother. Yeah, Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson's phenomenal in it. I don't want to ruin it for anybody who's not seen it, but the cameo at the end is phenomenal. The cameo at the end is amazing. There's actually, believe it or not, there's talk about Daddy's Home 3. And the thing is, I love Will Ferrell, okay? I love Will Ferrell, but he had a bunch of plastic surgery. It looks weird. It looks weird. He had a bunch of plastic surgery, and I get it, but it just looks weird. Huge Will Ferrell fan. I call it Ricky Bobby, but it's Talladega Nights, one of my favorite movies of all time. The Other Guys, another really, really underrated movies. The Other Guys, extremely underrated. Michael Keaton is phenomenal in that. If you've never seen the other guys, Michael Keaton is amazing. He keeps doing these like TLC quotes, and it's from all the TLC songs, and they're like, "You're quoting TLC." He's like, "I don't know what that is." It's just Michael Keaton's amazing in it. The other guys, another is just a great movie with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, if you haven't seen it. But Daddy's Home 2 is not bad. I do like National Lampoon's. Mark Wahlberg, yeah. Big Mark Wahlberg fan. I have not been to Wahlburgers yet. They opened up one a couple years ago, and I'm told it's like $15 for an average burger. So I don't know. I'll check it out one of these days. Back to the game here. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the Raiders 47. It's going to be a check down to Pacheco, but quickly swallowed up here by the Raiders defense. Raiders defense is doing a great job. 2 defensive touchdowns and keeping Mahomes in check. Chiefs are going to go exercise a little bit of tempo. They only have 1 timeout, but so they can move fast, but they don't need to go completely hurry up here. Trips to the top of the formation here. Justin Watson to the bottom here. Patrick Mahomes goes back to pass. He wants to go deep, but he's going to check down to Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is going to cut inside for a gain of 7 here. They're going to mark him down at the 35. He looked down at the 32. That's not a good spot. And they're going to show Travis Kelce just throwing his helmet down, and it bounces into the stands, I believe. So that's okay. Travis Kelce, he's really not a good spot. They're going to call it 3rd and 3 as they're mark him down at the Raiders 34-yard line here. But the 3rd and 3, a very makeable 3rd and 3 here, and there's going to be a Raiders going to call a timeout here. 54 seconds left for the half here. A very crucial 3rd down here for in the game here, as the Raiders are up thanks to 2 defensive touchdowns, 17-7. Yeah, they I saw it. I went to Vegas and opened up one of the first ones, or maybe the first one on the Vegas Strip, or just nearby the Vegas Strip. So there was one there. I thought about going. I didn't. They opened up one just like a mile or 2 away from my home, and I just haven't been yet. So they're showing here right now, Andy Reid talking to Travis Kelce, gives him a little push here, which I really like. Some really good coaching. That's how you coach up a guy like Travis Kelce. Trips to the bottom formation here. Rashee Rice to the top here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation, back to pass here. He's going to scramble around here. He's being chased by Max Crosby. He avoids Crosby. He's going to scramble. He's going to dump it off here. Justin Watson with the catch. He's going to be tackled down at the 23. It's going to be a Kansas City Chiefs 1st down here as we go under 40 seconds left in the first half here. Patrick Mahomes calling plays at the line of scrimmage here. He's getting everybody lined up here. The under 30 here is 4 here. Justin Ross lined up in the wrong spot here, eating up precious time. Patrick Mahomes goes back to pass here. He wants to go in the end zone here. He's going to dump it off incomplete, and this is a good move here by Patrick Mahomes here, just throwing this near Travis Kelce, so it's not intentional grounding, but having no intentions of making that completion, because what you want to do here is just get the play clock to stop, kind of reset, because what you want to do here is make this a 1-possession game, number one. Now, whether it's 7 points or whether it's 3 points, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But what you want to do is make this a 1-possession game, and you have one of the best kickers in the National Football League, and you're in field goal range, so make sure you get 3. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation here. He wants to go downfield here. He's going to scramble around to the right. He's going to check down to Pacheco, but it's over his head and incomplete, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Only 18 seconds left into the game, and it really looks like what the Chiefs are trying to do here is Patrick Mahomes was trying to go end zone. And so what you do normally in most offenses is you want to go short to long, and the progression is short to long. But the Kansas City Chiefs were doing something a little different as they were going long to short, as Patrick Mahomes was going downfield first and then trying to check down late, but he just threw this ball out of bounds. You're going to see trips to the bottom of the formation here, and Richie James at the top here. Isaiah Pacheco's to Patrick Mahomes' right. Patrick Mahomes is going to go back to pass. He's going to check it down to Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is going to move forward and get out of bounds. And they're going to say that he's not out of bounds, so it's going to be a 4th down. And I'm a little confused here why the clock isn't moving. The referee gave the indicator. So when the referee moves his arm like this, it means that the clock moves on. But the Chiefs are going to take a timeout with 9 seconds remaining. This is not a good. So I'm a little confused on why they took a timeout with 9 seconds remaining. I would have thought that you would take the timeout with less time remaining. That way there's no possibility of the Raiders getting the ball back. But with 9 seconds, this is just a bad coaching decision. I'm sorry to question Andy Reid, a surefire first ballot Hall of Famer whenever he's eligible to be a coach, but this is a bad decision because what you should have done is let the clock go down to 2. Why take it at 9? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. But the Chiefs do kick the field goal, and it's up and no good. No good. Harrison Butker hooked it. He missed a surefire short field goal. So with 5 seconds left in the half, the Chiefs are doing everything they can to lose this game as he just hooks this left. I was convinced. I thought I was just clocking it up at 3. It's not 3 at all. He hooks it left. It's going to go 17-7 going into halftime as the Chiefs on the sidelines look absolutely deflated. On the opposite end, the Raiders look elated, and they're going to go ahead and take a knee as they well should, and they're going to go into halftime up by 10. Scrooge is present with the Grinch early. First, at the end of the first half, the Raiders 17, the Kansas City Chiefs 7. Thanks to a pair of defensive touchdowns, Scrooge is present at Arrowhead trying to ruin the Chiefs' Christmas. Oh, man, Kansas City missed a field. I know, and by the way, this is one of the best kickers in the National Football League. He it just did a I don't know. I don't have words for it, to be perfectly honest. I don't have words for it. But the Raiders, thanks to a pair of defensive touchdowns, are up 17-7. Short field goal. I don't get the logic behind only calling a timeout with 9 seconds left. The whole Chiefs team is really just discombobulated at this point. I don't have an answer, but yeah, I wish I had an answer, Chiefs superfan. I don't have an answer. All I know is that Scrooge is very present here at Arrowhead as the Chiefs go into halftime down by 10 thanks to a pair of Raiders defensive touchdowns. I wish I had a good answer for you. I wish I had something better to say other than I'm just shocked right now. I don't have any answers as to what's going on with the Chiefs organization or the Chiefs team right now. But it's just been frustrating all the way around. And let's just hope the Kansas City Chiefs can come back. Halftime score is Las Vegas. Charles says halftime score is Las Vegas 17, Kansas City 7. I'm shocked at this score. I thought the score would be the other way around. I'm shocked. The NFL is shocked. I'm shocked. I wish I had words for you. I'm going to click on DraftKings real fast. If you are to bet on this game, the Kansas City Chiefs are a 1.5 point dog. The over under is 45.5. So the way it would work is that if you decided that you wanted to put money on the Kansas City Chiefs right now, you would only get 1.5. So the Chiefs would have to basically win by or could lose by 1 or better. If you're the Raiders, you can bet the Raiders negative 1.5, meaning that they have to keep that 2 touchdown, or I'm sorry, just win by 2. So I keep the lead. The over-under at 45.5 is interesting, 24 points in the first half. The weather for the Midwest is actually not bad. You may have seen some rain. My computer says it's 34 degrees. I think I'm telling you, it's warmer than that. It's not below freezing, but it's actually not bad for Christmas. It's really not bad for Christmas. It's a little damp, but the weather really isn't a factor. For the other two games, the Eagles are a 14-point favorite. This opened up at 10.5. It's now 14. I'm telling you right now, I would bet heavily on the Giants. I really don't think that the Eagles are going to cover 14. I actually think this will be an entertaining game. Of course, I'm pulling for the Giants. I love the whole Tommy DeVito story. Kid coming out of nowhere, the quarterback the Giants on Christmas Day. I think it's fantastic. I'm pulling for the Giants. I would bet on the Giants to cover 14. Over-under is 43. And I do think it's going to be a low-scoring game. The Giants' defense has really played better, and the Eagles' offense has struggled. So I like the Giants here. And then finally, the game of the week is going to be the Ravens traveling to San Francisco. San Francisco is now a 6.5-point favorite. On my picks video I released on Tuesday, it was 5.5. So there's a lot of action on San Francisco. I like Baltimore to win this game. I think Lamar Jackson announces to the NFL that he's the MVP this year. So I'm going to keep DraftKings up. If anybody has any prop bets, sports bets, anything that they want to go over, I will be here and I'll listen to it. But that's kind of where we're at right now. So early on for the first half, I'm really surprised, but give kudos to the Raiders as Antonio Pierce, the interim head coach, is trying to make a very strong case for him to be the new Raiders head coach. And he's doing everything right. He is doing everything right. And I think that the Raiders, win or lose, should really take a hard look at Antonio Pierce and say, this is our guy. 2 defensive touchdowns is exactly what you needed. You got a rookie 4th-round quarterback who's doing what you're asking him to do, and he's managing the game. He's not being he's managing the game. He's not turning the ball over. He's making some plays, because the whole point of the Raiders offense is not really to win a shootout. It's to control the clock and limit opportunities by Patrick Mahomes. And what you want to do is that when you get inside the red zone, can you hold them to a field goal? Well, you did that. And what happened is the Chiefs miraculously ended up missing that field goal. So that's kind of where you're at. So Kansas City is being distracted by Taylor Swift Incorporated. Mahomes seems off this year, pretty much, Perry. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think these things are really true. To be perfectly honest, I think that the Taylor Swift stuff is while unexpected, I don't think it's affecting the team. I think it's more of the public that's being affected, not the team. I really don't think Taylor Swift has an impact on the Chiefs organization or the Chiefs team. Well, it may have an impact on Chiefs organization as Chiefs fans are being swamped and bombarded by Taylor Swift fans for, I mean, let's face it. I mean, I'm just going to go out on a limb and assume that most Swifties or Taylor Swift fans aren't big football fans. Well, now they're Chiefs fans. But do I think it's a distraction to the Kansas City Chiefs? Absolutely not. As far as Patrick Mahomes being off, I don't think he really is. I think it's just the receivers dropping passes and not making plays. Before the season, I was on the Luke G show, and he said, Dan, you got a bottom 5 receiving core. No, Luke, we really don't. But I thought Sky Moore would be a 1,000-yard receiver this year. I haven't even seen him on the field. Justin Ross, who I mentioned earlier, he was on the exempt list. He missed 6 weeks. He was the guy the Kansas City Chiefs were using more and more, but being away from the Chiefs organization, being on the exempt list, which is a kind of another situation I want to talk about later on down the line, kind of unrelated, but bottom line, you put yourself in a bad situation if you're Justin Ross here, and you miss 6 weeks with you miss 6 weeks of the Kansas City playing for the Chiefs, and now that you're back, you're a little rusty. He hasn't had a target yet. MVS really hasn't improved. He's a guy that he's a big guy. He's got really great speed. By NFL standards, very average hands, but he hasn't really been in sync, and it's not been a great free agent acquisition signing. But what the Chiefs were doing is that when they lost Tyreek Hill, they wanted to add deep speed into the offense. They signed MVS. He just really hasn't panned out. Sky Moore, second-round draft pick a couple years ago, showed some flashes at the end of his rookie year, hasn't panned out. But you got Rashee Rice, who's up and coming. So I really think the Chiefs are going to make some changes in the Chiefs' receiving core in free agency. But don't be surprised. And I would look at the Green Bay Packers, who this year drafted 3 receivers and 2 tight ends. But they didn't do it in the first round. In the first round, they drafted Lucas Van Ness. And then in the second round and in the 5th round, I think the 7th round also, but then they used a 2nd-round pick and a 3rd-round pick on tight ends. And what they said is that, hey, look, we got a young quarterback. Let's get him some weapons. And they got some really, really good players to really help out your young quarterback who as the season's progressed, has looked better and better and better. So that's what I expect the Kansas City Chiefs to do, is just add some weapons. And I think that you're not going to see three receivers and 2 tight ends, but I do think that you'll see a receiver, maybe 2, maybe another tight end in this year's draft. It wouldn't be surprising to see the Chiefs go 2 to 4 players in the skill position group, and maybe even a running back in this draft. And then I think that you'll see you'll also see a free agent or 2. So receivers absolutely blow. Y'all need Xavier Worthy. I need to do more. Draft study here on Xavier Worthy, the Texas receiver. Okay, yeah, the Texas receiver. Okay, I haven't had a chance to look at him. By the way, Friday I will have Denver Gator. And we're going to talk college football. So Friday, definitely join Friday's show. I know Denver Gator knows who he is. So Denver Gator is going to have a lot of stuff for us Friday. So I will be live tomorrow. I haven't set up the live stream yet, but I'll be live tomorrow. And Friday, I'm going to have a Denver Gator on. So it's going to be a real treat. You definitely want to tune in. I think there'll be an upset in today's game between the New York Giants will upset the Philadelphia Eagles. Score will be 31-27 Giants. That would be a lot of fun. I'm pulling for it. I'm really pulling for it. I would bet the Giants to cover 14. So this is a little advanced sports betting. Let's say you're going to bet $1,000 on the Giants Eagles game. What you would do is take 50 to 100, and I think the very maximum would be 10%, and bet on the money line. That way, if you lose the money line bet, but you still cover, then you still have a good win overall. And that's what I would recommend. But if the Giants win, you get that money line bet, which let me see here what that is right now. I would be plus 575. So let's say you bet $1,000 on this game and you bet the Giants to cover, right? Take 50 to $100 and bet on that money line. That way, if you win big. But even if you cover but you don't win, you're still going to walk away with over $600 profit. So that's a little advanced sports betting. But I would bet on the Giants to cover 14. I do like the Giants to cover 14. If you're going to bet on the game, I would take maximum 10% of that bet. Maximum 10. I'd really recommend 5 or maybe even less than that. If you're betting 1,000, I would do $50 on the money line. I'd do $950 on the Giants covering 14. That's how I would bet on that game. And that's a little advanced sports betting. I haven't talked to George, a.k.a. Riley, yet, but he said that he is going to come on my show after the season's over and talk some sports betting and go over some of his bets. I think this Taylor Swift thing is overblown, would you say? Absolutely, it is. I love it. Charles, I'm the only Chiefs fan in the world that loves it, apparently, but I love it. I think one thing is that football's entertainment, and I think that they've made a lot of changes to make the game safer, but one of the things that you can do to make the game more entertaining is things like Taylor Swift getting involved. Do you remember years ago, I'm not sure how old you are, Charles, do you remember years ago, Tony Romo and Jessica Simpson was at every game, and Cowboys fans were blaming her every time because the Cowboys lost because she was wearing a pink Romo jersey, and I loved it. And there was a lot of Chiefs fans when the Chiefs lost. Oh, it's Taylor Swift's fault. How's Taylor Swift affect the game? She does nothing. I think it's entertaining, and I think it's good for the NFL. I personally like these athlete celebrity matchups. I don't know who Sierra is, but Russell Wilson's wife, I don't know who she is. I think she was married to a rapper. I think that's entertaining, and I think that's good for the NFL. I really do. I don't know who Sierra is, and there's probably somebody looking at me kind of sideways right now, but I don't know who that is, but I know she's famous. So that's the way I look at it. The Texas receiver, I have not watched Texas play at all this year, but we're going to see potential first-round picks when Texas plays Washington. So rumor has it, I don't know what that is. I'm kind of, since I've been kicked out. So here's the deal. I'm kicked off of Facebook. I have no idea why, so I'm hesitant to even ask what that is. But DM me and let me know what that is. I have no idea. She's a singer, an R&B singer. Yeah, I somebody told me she's much more popular than Russell Wilson, which I find that kind of hard to believe. But I've been told that. I just don't know. But I think these things are good for the NFL. Nice that the Lions have a competent owner. I'm sick of this team. This team makes me want to punch up. Chiefs superfan, I encourage you to stay tuned for the second half. The Chiefs will come back. The offense started to get some rhythm, and this defense is great. The Chiefs defense is great, so stay tuned. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 25-yard line as we start the second half. The Raiders will get the ball first to start the game. That you watch Lena the Plug Segs. Okay. I don't know who Lena the Plug is. So, but Chief Superfan, don't give up hope yet. Raiders are going to line up an old school I formation. Zamir White around the right side for a gain of 4. Nice job by Zamir White. And Zamir White has to have a big game. When I say has to have a big game, I don't want 125, 150 yards. He just has to take the pressure off Aiden O'Connell, and you want to keep the sticks ahead of you, which means that you want to, instead of going 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, you want to go like more 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, and put Aiden O'Connell in situations where it's not obvious pass. Like this one, 2nd and 6 here. And Zamir White's going to go around to the right side, but he's going to be stopped after a gain of 2. So it's going to be 3rd and a long 4 for the it's going to be 3rd and a long 4 for the Raiders here. Zamir White's going to go off the field here. And this is a very, very big, they're saying 3rd and 5. It's closer to 3rd and 4. This is a very big 3rd down for the Raiders, because what the Raiders want to do is the whole plan was to eat up the clock, shorten the game, and then force the Chiefs to kick field goals instead of scoring touchdowns once the Chiefs get into the there zone here. Aiden O'Connell's back in shotgun formation here. Chiefs bring a blitz here. Aiden O'Connell's hit, and it's going to be incomplete here. And there is a flag. There is a flag, and L'Jarius Sneed and Devontae Adams were fighting quite a bit. I believe it's going to be illegal contact on L'Jarius Sneed, and we're going to see it's going to be pass interference. It's going to be an automatic 1st down, spot foul for the Raiders. And big penalty goes the Raiders' way here. L'Jarius Sneed is, and by the way, if you're a Chiefs fan and you want to complain about that, that's kind of, listen, if you grab outside the pads here and you pull on this, that gets called every time. I will say this, Aiden O'Connell took a shot. He's taken some hits today. So 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line here. It's going to be a handoff here to White as he comes back into the game. He's going to be tackled after a gain of 2, maybe 3 here. It'll be interesting to see where they spot this at. But this is what you want. Just plug away, eat the clock. Plug away, eat the clock. And they're going to call it a gain of 3. Zamir White, 10 carries, 41 yards. And this is what you want to do if you're the Raiders. You just want to shorten the game up. limit those opportunities from Patrick Mahomes. Limit those opportunities. And that's all you're wanting to do. Offset I, 2 receivers to the top of the formation, tight ends lined up in the standard 3-point stance. They're going to motion. It looks like Trey Tucker here. It's going to be a play action pass here. It's going to be tipped. So what the Raiders did, and this was a nice job, is motion Tucker to the bottom of the formation. Then you go ahead and you do a play action pass, but use that to set up a screenplay. Read perfectly by Mike Dana. Chiefs, by the way, this guy is going to get. Mike Dana is a former 5th-round pick out of Michigan. I believe he has 8.5 sacks, which is a career high this year. He's going to make a lot of money in free agency. He's a spot rotation player on the Chiefs defense, and he's going to make a lot of money here as the Raiders are 3rd and 7 here. They're line Chris Jones to the outside here. And this is interesting. I apologize. It's a Manahu. Chris Jones lined up as a standard 3 tech. Aiden O'Connell's going to take a shot downfield. It's one-on-one coverage. And Jalen Watson on the coverage here. They tried to take a shot to Jacoby Myers. It's incomplete here. 4th and 7, and the Raiders are going to line up at the punt. So what the Raiders did, they ate up about 2 minutes. They moved the ball downfield. Now the Raiders have to play good defense. The Raiders defense has already scored 2 touchdowns, and they've done that. Now they have to contain this offense and contain Patrick Mahomes. Great job by Jalen Watson, the former 7th-round pick. Really a great job by the Chiefs front office in drafting some really good corners. Jalen Watson's a guy. Normally a 7th-round pick doesn't make the team, but he's actually had a really good impact on the Chiefs. And we'll see where this punt. There's a flag on the play here. This flag was thrown behind the punter here. I'm assuming it's going to be on the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to be a hold, and it is a hold. They're pointing towards the Raiders, but we'll see what happens here. The ball is marked at the 12-yard line, so a great punt by the Raiders. We're going to see what this penalty is, because if it's a hold, it's going to put the Chiefs inside the 10. But they're motioning towards the Raiders here, so we're going to see who this penalty is on. It's holding against the Chiefs, so it's going to be half the distance to the goal line here. So the Chiefs should get the ball when about the 6-yard line here. We're going to find out where they mark it here, but it looks like great job. So here's what you do if you're the Raiders. You go ahead and you punt the ball. You eat up some clock, and you pin the Chiefs back deep in their own position. So, I mean, even though they didn't put points on the board, it's the second best thing. You ate up some clock, and you're making the Chiefs go over 90 yards for a touchdown or points. And this Chiefs offense, let's face it, they've given up 2 defensive touchdowns already, and they've only scored 1. So this is a big win for the Raiders, even though they didn't put any points. So I don't know this. I don't know this at all. So at least, yeah, don't worry, Chiefs superfan. We're going to get things turned around. Okay, so the way it works, One Pride, is Philly plays later. Philly holds the tiebreaker. So if Philly beats the Giants, Philly will have the 2 seed and Dallas will have the 3 seed. And so that's kind of the way I'm looking at it, because I do expect the Eagles to win, but the Giants to cover. Of course, you and everybody else is going to pull for the Giants. You guys are all going to be Tommy DeVito fans. So, if you guys recognize the Goodfellas reference, one of my favorite movies of all time, but y'all are all going to go get your shine box. So the Eagles hold the tiebreaker. So the way it works is that if the Eagles win, they'll have the 2 seed and you'll have the 3 seed. But you're still in excellent position for the 2 or the 3 seed. Actually, to be honest with you, there is a possibility that if Baltimore wins and the Eagles lose, you're in a tie for the best record in the NFC. So right now you're 11-4. The 49ers are 11-3, and the Eagles are 10-4. But the Eagles do hold the tiebreaker over you guys. So, by the way, Chiefs superfans starting inside the 10 first. No, and that's why this is what you want to do if you're the Raiders. First goal on offense is to score. If you can't do that, can you eat up some clock? Well, they ate up a couple minutes. Pin the Chiefs back, and that's another thing. And the Joshua Williams penalty hurt. So the Chiefs are going to get the ball. Looks like the 8-yard line here. Patrick Mahomes is going to be in shotgun formation here. They have this terrible end zone camera view. Isaiah Pacheco is going to take the handoff around the right side, and he's going to be tackled after a gain of 3. So it's going to be a second down. Actually, they're marking the ball at the 9, which I'm a little confused about because I thought it was at the 12. Half the distance is would be at the 6, not the 9. But anyway, it's going to be second and looks like it's going to be 2nd and 7 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs offense has got to get things turned around. The defense is playing fantastic. The Chiefs defense is playing fantastic. Both touchdowns were defensive touchdowns by the Raiders, not offensive touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. He goes back to pass here. He's got pressure and he's scrambling around here. He's waiting to get some blocks here. He's scrambling around. He's going to run, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 11-yard line here. So it's technically going to be a sack. Basically, Mahomes ran out of bounds, but it's going to be called a sack. I'm not exactly sure who pushed Patrick Mahomes out of bounds, but he's going to get credit. It's going to be Kuntz. He's going to get credit for a sack on the play, even though Patrick Mahomes kind of ran out of bounds. Kuntz is also a free agent playing for a big-time deal. He's trying to prove that he's the guy who should be opposite Max Crosby here. 3rd and 8 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Trips to the top of the formation. Justin Watson to the bottom here. CEH checks into the game at Patrick Mahomes left here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. He's got some pressure here. So the pocket is falling apart here. Patrick Mahomes is going to scramble around. He's going to run. He tries to do a spin move. He's going to be pushed out of bounds here at the 16. So the Chiefs are going to go 3 and out. And now there's a flag. There's a very late flag on the play here. We're going to see what this is. This is very interesting here. They're showing Raiders Divine Diablo, the starting linebacker here. Where it's holding against the Raiders. This is going to be an automatic first down. They're calling this on Nate Hobbs. And a big penalty here for the Raiders, as instead of forcing the Chiefs to a 3 and out, the penalty keeps the Chiefs' drive alive. And so the Chiefs will move forward here. And Hobbs, here's your Hobbs was 1-on-1 against Travis Kelce. They're showing a replay, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see it. I think the Chiefs got a Christmas gift here. I don't see the penalty. I really don't see the penalty. I think the Chiefs got a gift. So Merry Christmas, Chiefs fans. 1st and 10 at the 21 here. Patrick Mahomes moves Pacheco to make an empty formation here. Patrick Mahomes going back to pass. He's going to check down here to Justin Ross. Welcome back, Justin Ross. His first catch of the game. It's a gain of 2. Justin Ross was on the exempt list and missed the last 6 games. Maybe it was 7, but he's missed a lot of time. The former Clemson receiver was considered to be a first-round potential, but first-round pick, but injuries left him to be undrafted free agent. This is his 2nd year with the Chiefs, but he was seeing some playing time before he missed several games to being on the exempt list. But his first catch today, 2nd and 8 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. A little quick screen, Rashid Rice going to break a tackle, get to the 30. It's going to be 3rd and 1 here. And Chiefs superfan, I'm glad you agree. That was a really bad call. The Kansas City Chiefs got a gift there. Justin Ross better than Tony. I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree with that. And Tony's not playing today, but I'd like to see more Justin Ross. Kind of a weird situation with the exempt list, something I don't want to go into right now, but that's something that, I mean, look, bottom line, due to some off-field issues, missed about 6-7 games. 3rd and 1 here. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco. Pacheco is going to power forward, but he could be stopped short here. It's going to depend on the mark here, but they're going to mark him short. This is going to be 4th down here as Pacheco got back to the line of scrimmage and did not get further here. And great job by the Raiders defense here, because I thought that the second effort by Pacheco might have gotten him the first down, but they're going to mark him right at the 30. The first down was 31. Andy Reid yelling here. He is not happy here, and the Chiefs are going to go for it. Oh, man, risky play here by the Kansas City Chiefs here. It's 4th and 1 in their own territory. And the Chiefs may just be trying to draw the Raiders offside, and Patrick Mahomes is not happy. He's going to call a timeout. So 8:46 left in the third quarter. The Chiefs are on their own 30-yard line. It's 4th and 1, but the Chiefs look like they're going to go for it, and Patrick Mahomes is going to call a timeout here. And we're going to see what this is here. I think that there was a possibility that the Chiefs may have just been trying to draw the Raiders off sides. But it looks like maybe they're going to run a play here. The Chiefs offense has to get something going here. But I don't like to see a timeout used in the third quarter. Do they try? I think the Chiefs do trust the defense, but the Chiefs offense has to make a play. I mean, you're down by 10. Sooner or later, the offense has to get on board. I think you're really trusting the defense that if you fail, you're trusting the defense to keep the Raiders to 3. This is going to be a pass play, and Patrick Mahomes is going to scramble. He's going to get the first down. Patrick Mahomes is going to go down after a gain of 6 here. First down, Kansas City. And what they did was interesting. They had Pacheco lined up with a 3-point stance as a fullback, and then they had Richie James motion from the wide receiver to the tailback position here. And it was going to be a simple pass, but Patrick Mahomes saw us covered and just went ahead and ran 6 yards and got the first down. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 37-yard line here. Hopefully the Chiefs can put up some points here because burning that timeout does hurt. So it's going to be a handoff to Pacheco. He's going to go right up the middle here, and his helmet comes off, and he's going to be tackled for only a gain of 2. I'll give the Raiders a lot of credit because the Kansas City Chiefs have had a lot of success running the ball, and what the Raiders have done is really prevented the Kansas City Chiefs running attack, which the Kansas City Chiefs receivers have famously been dropping passes. So the running backs have kind of picked up the slack lately, and the Chiefs running offense has done have been really moving the chains a little more. But right now, the Raiders defense is doing a great job. 2 defensive touchdowns in limiting the Chiefs offense here. Patrick Mahomes going back to pass here. He's going to scramble. He's going to get a first down, and he's going to cross midfield into Raiders territory. It looks like it's a gain of 10. And I don't like seeing Patrick Mahomes run this much, but I think I'm a little worried. Patrick Mahomes 6 carries, 35 yards. I'm really worried Patrick Mahomes is trying to put too much on his shoulders. And bottom line, he doesn't really feel like he can trust his wide receivers. And so I really feel like he has to put everything on his shoulder. You called a timeout. And I really think that what you want to do here, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, even if you get 3, you got to put some points on the board. That timeout could really hurt the Chiefs later on. 1st and 10 in Raiders territory. CEH around the left side. He's going to be hit and get a gain of about 2, maybe 3 here. He's going to go out past 45, so a gain of 3 here. CEH checks in for Pacheco as Pacheco's last carry. His helmet was ripped off, so he ends up having to lead the game here. They're going to actually call that a gain of 4 here, so it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Kansas City Chiefs are going to line up here. It's 3 receivers in Kelsey here. CEH is going to be lined up to Patrick Mahomes left here. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. Another handoff to CEH. CEH is going to bounce to the right and tackled quickly. Very nice play by Diablo because the offensive line put a big hole. But one thing about CEH is that he doesn't really have a lot of explosiveness, not something that you would really want out of a first-round running back, but he just doesn't have that explosiveness. Pacheco, I think, would have gotten a first down out of that, but CEH stopped after a gain of 1, so a very crucial 3rd down and 5 here on the Raiders' 43-yard line here. CEH is going to be removed here. Pacheco's going to come back in. They're motioning James to the top of the formation here. Quick throw, and Patrick Mahomes and Rashee Rice are not on the same page here. His throw goes incomplete. 4th and 5, and the Chiefs are kind of in no man's land. It would be about 61-yard field goal, which even though the weather conditions are really pretty nice for the Midwest, I don't think you want to do a 61. Patrick Mahomes is going like this because Rashee Rice was open, should have been ready for the reception here. That's on Rice. By the way, that's a rookie mistake, and that can be corrected. 4th and 5 here for the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to go for it as they are on the Raiders' 43-yard line. It's kind of in no man's land here. Patrick Mahomes is going to go back to pass here. He's got pressure. He's going to take a shot downfield, And it's going to be incomplete as he was trying to get Rice. And there is going to be a flag. This is going to be on the Raiders, and I'm not 100% sure this should be called here because the ball was underthrown, and Rashee Rice was trying to come back to the ball. And they're going to call this on offense. This is going to be pass interference on Kelsey, and it's going to be declined. It's going to be Raiders ball. Oh, man. Mahomes is starting to be a bigger threat. Now, yeah, exactly. Jeff Ward, welcome, brother. Penalties and drops are killing them. Yes. 5:21 left in the third quarter. The Raiders will take over in excellent field position as they are up by 10. Gotta love the Lions. Give kudos. The Lions have their Christmas present as they clinch a playoff berth by clinching the NFC North for the first time since 1897. Great job by Detroit. Yeah, I didn't like that play call, but Rashee Rice messed up. He should have been ready. He had the first down. All he had to do is turn around, have his hands up, be ready to catch the ball. And you got to do that. And that's a rookie mistake. He's going to learn from that and he'll improve. But I don't get that play call at all. I really, really, really don't get that play call at all. Go D! Jeff, I don't know if you're talking Detroit or you're talking the Raiders defense. So I'm going to assume it's Lions because nobody wants to see the Raiders win. Nobody wants to see the Raiders win. As we are on a commercial break here, it's 17-7. The Raiders, after stopping the Chiefs on fourth down, will take over on the 43 on their own 43-yard line. Excellent job by the Raiders here, and this is exactly what they wanted to do: is shorten this game. So what they've done is they've taken up 9.5 minutes. First couple minutes was on a drive, and then they pinned the Chiefs back inside their own 10-yard line. The Chiefs converted on a fourth down earlier in the drive, but they couldn't convert on two fourth downs on the same drive. So this eats up a lot of clock. And give kudos to the Raiders for just doing an excellent job defensively containing the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs Superfan says the Chiefs are officially ass. This offense has looked horrible since the Taylor Swift drama. Kelsey should be focused on football and trying to oh, God, the Taylor Swift hate. It's not Taylor's fault, guys. I'm telling you right now, it really isn't Taylor Swift's fault. First and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs, or first and 10 for the Raiders at their own 43-yard line. Aiden O'Connell's in shotgun formation. The Chiefs put pressure on O'Connell, and Cooper can't catch the pass. And by the way, give a lot of credit to Aiden O'Connell. The Chiefs have put a lot of pressure on him. He's had almost no time to make any plays here, and he just hasn't been able to do anything. But he hasn't made any mistakes like his counterpart Patrick Mahomes has, and that's been the difference in the game is Kansas City Chiefs turnovers, or else this would be a 7-3 game. And that's what you want is no mistakes here. Second and 10 here for the Raiders and Aiden O'Connell here. He's had 7 straight incompletions. They're going to line up 2 tight ends. Then Zamir White. Zamir White's going to go around the left side, but he's going to be stopped by Bolton after a gain of 3. So it's going to be 3rd and long for the Raiders. And after stopping the Chiefs on fourth down, they obviously would like to eat up more than just 3 plays. But what you want to do is the same thing, is that you want to take some time off the clock, pin the Chiefs back. And the same blueprint is in play that they had earlier in the game, just being up by 10's an additional bonus. So what you want to do, eat up some of that clock, pin the Chiefs back, but a key 3rd down for the Raiders. Aiden O'Connell's in shotgun formation here. Amir Abdullah enters the game here. 4 wide receivers here. The Chiefs just bring 4, but Chris Jones gets some pressure. Aminahu is going to get the sack. Now, here's the deal. Charles Omenihu is going to get credit for the sack. But that's all caused by Chris Jones. The Raiders have no answer for Chris Jones. The Raiders have absolutely no answer to stop Chris Jones. They've moved out Chris Jones to play defensive end on this play, and Chris Jones just goes right around the Raiders' right tackle and pushes Aiden O'Connell into Charles Omenihu, who cutting on the inside here. The Chiefs defensive line is playing lights out. You may see 17 points, and they may think the Chiefs defense isn't getting it done. No, Chiefs defense is playing fantastic. Both Raiders touchdowns were scored thanks to the offensive mistakes by the Chiefs. Richie James is going to take the punt at the 9. He's going to cut back to the 15. He's going to cut back, runs into his own guy, and just squirts forward to the 20-yard line. 3:44 left in the third quarter here when the Chiefs get the ball. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 20. Charles asks, what the hell is going on this game? I thought Kansas City was driving towards the Raiders, end of the field. What happened is they were, and the Raiders stopped Kansas City Chiefs on 4th down. And even if the Chiefs did convert the 4th down play, Travis Kelce was called for a pass interference penalty. I originally thought where the flag was thrown that it was going to be a penalty on the Raiders. I didn't see it, but earlier in the drive, the Kansas City Chiefs got a gift penalty. So it kind of works out, but the Chiefs are going to take over at the 20-yard line. So when you get a second, can you lay out the playoff picture for me? Absolutely, I can, and I'll do both. But I think you're talking mainly towards the AFC. This defense has been keeping us in games. Without the defense, we could be a 7-8 or 6-9 team. I'm officially the Chiefs defense is fantastic. So I'll do both, but I'll start off with the AFC here, and I want to make sure I don't I don't want to miss any of the game here. The way it works right now is there's a big clump of teams in that 7 spot. All right. The way it works is that there's a big clump of teams in that 7 spot. All right. So the way it works out right now is that the Indianapolis Colts, because they hold the tiebreaker because they beat the Steelers and swept the Texans, they have the tiebreaker over both those teams and are currently the number 7 seed. Okay. But this is all going to be up to the final 2 weeks because the Colts, the Texans, the Steelers, and the Bengals are all 8-7. Okay. The Broncos are 7-8. If the Raiders win, the Raiders are 7-8. So there's a huge battle for that final wild card spot. If the Raiders lose today, they are officially eliminated from the playoffs. Hopefully, I'm making sense so far. The Buffalo Bills at 9-6, they hold the 6th seed. The Cleveland Browns at 10-5, they hold the 5 seed. And both the Ravens and Dolphins have clinched spots. The Ravens are the 1 seed. Depending on what happens tonight, or I'm sorry, later tonight, I believe they still hold the tiebreaker over Miami. If I am correct, they still hold the tiebreaker over Miami, regardless of what happens Monday night. I believe they still hold the tiebreaker. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to mark it at the 19-yard line. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. And Patrick Mahomes, he wants to go deep. He's back to pass here. He's got some pressure, and he's going to be sacked. And there's a flag on the play. There's 2 flags here. I'm not sure what this flag – now, normally the first flag would indicate holding, but the second one could be a hit on Mahomes. We're going to see here. It's going to be holding against the Raiders, and that's going to be okay, and they're going to decline the penalty. Apparently, they just threw 2 flags. The second one came out late after Mahomes was hit, so I thought it may have been a hit on Mahomes. It's not. The way it works is that the Raiders are going to decline the penalty. That way, it's just 2nd down and 3. And Patrick Mahomes, the problem is that his receivers are just not making plays. 2nd and 14 here. Kuntz has 3 sacks on the game. He's a free agent. It's going to be a little quick throw here. It's going to be another throw to Pacheco. Pacheco loses his helmet, and this could be bad. Pacheco has both hands over his head after the hit. He's also not okay. He's moving around. He's going to be pulled up by his teammates. He's going to leave the game here for a couple plays as he goes like this. So he's going to be evaluated for a concussion here. Gets the 5-yard reception, so it's going to be 3rd and 9. This is the 2nd consecutive play. Oh, okay. So here's what happened. Trace, he hit his head on Trey Smith's knee. So because of that, and he was evaluated by the coaching staff, he's not going to have to go into the concussion protocol and have to be investigated by neurological staff here. 3rd and 9 here for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Key 3rd down here. Patrick Mahomes not on target here, and the Chiefs are going to go a quick 3 and out and punt. As I was saying, because he hit his head on Trey Smith's knee, the Chiefs coaching staff. Now, here's the deal. For a concussion, you have to be cleared by independent neurological doctor. But because you could see that he was hit on the head and he's okay, he'll be able to go back. He doesn't have to enter into a concussion check. I'm going to use that word, even though it's not technical. The Chiefs are going to go ahead and punt. This is going to go out of bounds. This is a very short punt. Excellent field position for the Raiders. They're going to get the ball in. They're going to get the ball in Chiefs territory. This is a terrible punt. They're going to get the ball at the 45-yard line. What a terrible punt. 2:47 left in the 3rd. Raiders 17, Chiefs 7, and the Raiders are going to have the ball inside Chiefs territory. Yeah, Chiefs haven't seen score. Okay, so let's go back to this. Multiple tiebreakers in play here, but I believe whether the Ravens win or lose tonight, they are the 1 seed, but obviously if they win, they have a better record than the Miami Dolphins. So I believe that no matter what happens tonight, the Ravens will have the 1 seed. Currently, the Chiefs at 9-5 hold the 3 seed, and because they have a head-to-head tiebreaker and a 1-game lead over Jacksonville, they're still locked into the 3 seed. However, the Denver Broncos at 7-8, and then the Raiders, if they win this game and go 7-8, both teams still have an opportunity to lock up, to overtake the Chiefs and win the division. However, all the Chiefs need to do is get 1 win, and they win the division, and they'll have the number 3 seed. The Chiefs era might be done. It is a dynasty here in Kansas City, and I said that when they lost to the Detroit Lions. It really felt like the dynasty ended. Travis Kelce missing a game for a non-contact injury. Remember, Travis Kelce's 34. You had the Chiefs defense, which I had no idea was going to be this good. I thought we were going to look at maybe an average to above average defense. The Chiefs defense has been playing lights out, but you have a situation with Chris Jones, L'Jarius Sneed, Nick Bolton, who's not going to be a free agent this year, but he's getting to a point, that he's will be on the final year of his contract. He had a Pro Bowl season last year, didn't get voted into a Pro Bowl, but he was 4th in tackles. So, You have to. I think it's a legitimate question because the Chiefs right now are a dynasty. Let's be very clear. This is a dynasty in Kansas City. Is it over or not? We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we have an elite quarterback. There's no question Mahomes is the best player in the National Football League. All right. He may not win MVP. I don't think he's a candidate, but he is the best player in the National Football League. So you have Mahomes. It's just what else do you do? We may not be done, but it does kind of feel like the dynasty is coming to an end. But we'll see here. We're still a playoff team. They're going to mark this at the 42-yard line. So 1 first down, and they'll be in field goal range here. Zamir White's going to go to the outside here, and he's going to power forward for a gain of 6, maybe 7, depends on where they mark it at. Over Aaron Donald. Yeah. That's not really a debate. That's not really a debate, One Pride. The Kansas City Chiefs, with a win today, would lock up the AFC West. The dynasties might become a dynasty real soon. Yeah, they might. They got everything's going their way, but you're going to have to deal with things you haven't dealt with this offseason. And there's a player down for the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't tell who it is. I believe it's Jalen Watson. And they're going to give the Raider, Zamir White, they're going to give him a gain of 6. So it's going to be 2nd and 4. 2:33 left in the 3rd quarter. The Raiders are still up 17-7 as we take a commercial break for the injury here. The One Pride 40 says Lions might become a dynasty. Very, very true. So Right now, by the way, Jeff, your question here, the playoff picture, Cleveland pretty much has locked up the 5 spot and Buffalo to 6, but some things can happen to change that up. Basically, the big question is the AFC South, you have 3 teams at 8 and 7, okay? Jacksonville, Houston, and the Colts. Jacksonville holds the tiebreaker over the Colts. The Colts hold the tiebreaker over Houston. But all 3 of those teams are 8 and 7. You have to figure that out. The way things are right now, the Colts have the 7 seed, the Bills have the 6 seed, and the Browns have the 5 seed. And that's the way it works. On the NFC, it's a little more creative. San Francisco has the 1 seed. If they win, they keep that locked up. If they lose this game, they hold the tiebreaker over the Lions. Now, Philly at 10-4, if they win and all 3 of these teams go 11-4, it would still go San Francisco, Philly, and Detroit. But currently, Detroit holds the 2 seed. Hopefully, that makes sense to you. Tampa Bay or whoever wins the NFC South, Tampa Bay, the Saints. Tampa Bay is 8 and 7. The Saints and the Falcons are both 7 and 8. Tampa Bay they play the Saints and the Falcons final 2 games this season, so they control their own destiny. But currently they would occupy the 4 seed and they would play the Dallas Cowboys because Dallas lost yesterday. They have a clinched playoff spot. Making sure I'm not missing any of the game here. Okay, they clinched a playoff spot, but if the Eagles lose tonight, the Eagles would vault into the 3 seed. Boy, that sounded confusing. That sounded very confusing here. And Jalen Watson, I thought was the player down, but he's still on the field here. 2nd and 4 for the Raiders. They're going to line up old school offset I here, and they're going to hand off to Zamir White. He's going to cut back inside, but tackled after a gain of – they're going to give him a gain of 3 here, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 here for the Raiders. 3rd and 1 here for the Raiders. We only need an edge DT corner on defense, maybe a guard, another wide receiver. I'm going to talk about this because you have a really great point, but I think you're missing something. 3rd and it's going to be a long one here. The Raiders are going to line up in a goal line formation here. Watch out for a pass, but it's going to be Zamir White, and he's going to cut through the Chiefs defense here. He's going to get a 1st down and much more as he powers inside the red zone for a nice gain here. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the Chiefs 18-yard line. Big 1st down here for Zamir White. Big 1st down here. And a nice gain by Zamir White. Really nice gain. And when I said Zamir White has to have a big gain, that's what I'm talking about. That was a key 3rd down that the Raiders converged on. Very key 3rd down. So it's a 1st and 10 inside the red zone here, and the Raiders absolutely want to come away with points here. That's their number 1 concern. Zamir White on the carry. He's going to go around the right side, stop by Reed in the backfield. Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage here as we go under 1 minute left in the 3rd quarter. Time is running out quickly for the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to start this comment one pride because I want to talk about it a little more. Oh, if I was Mahomes, I'm going off on Veach about these tackles. It's not the receivers. He doesn't have time, and Taylor looks like a bad investment. Taylor was not worth the contract. I said it. So, yeah. Big 1st down by the Raiders. By the way, one pride, I'm going to touch base on this comment here in a bit. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders here. It's going to be play action pass. It's a bootleg around to the left here, and he's just going to throw this out of bounds here. So, 3rd and 10 for the Raiders. And I think this was a big mistake here by the Raiders is that you had 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. I think you run the ball and you go into the 4th quarter. Even if you don't get anything, you just go into the 4th quarter. Instead, no matter what happens here, you're still going to be in the 3rd quarter. Now, if you get a 1st down, that's a great move, but you're looking at 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and short going, or 3rd and whatever. You really should have run the ball here. It was a mistake, but I get it. I get what you're doing. 3rd and 10 for the Raiders here. Nathan O'Connell here. Crucial 3rd down here. Kansas City Chiefs bring a blitz here. It's incomplete here as they were trying to force the ball into Adams. So it's going to be a 4th and 10, and the Raiders are going to bring on the field goal unit. So instead of eating into the fourth quarter, the Chiefs are going to get the ball back and be able to make a play or two in the fourth quarter here. So the Chiefs defense comes up big again. And this Chiefs defensive unit is just playing lights out. Great job by L'Jarius Sneed, isolated one-on-one against Devontae Adams, makes the play here. So Carlson's going to try to extend the lead to 13 here with a very short field goal. But remember, Butker missed one earlier. The kick is up, and the Raiders kicker succeeds where Butker did not. So with 24 seconds left in the third quarter, the Raiders extend the lead to 13. We got Raiders 20, Chiefs 7, 24 seconds left in the third quarter as time is quickly running out for the Kansas City Chiefs here. I was never a fan of it. Yeah, I like Taylor. Don't get me wrong. I didn't like him for that big, massive contract that he had. So, one pride, you have Aiden, who I loved in college. I might be with you on the other slots unless you need another edge. I'm going to talk about that quite a bit on commercial break here. And another edge, 100%. That's now Vegas 20, Kansas City 7. I'm going to touch base on this too. I'm going to touch base on this one here. We're going to have a commercial break at the start of the fourth quarter here, and I'm going to touch base on both those things. Those are some great comments. Raiders are taking a lead going into the fourth quarter here. The Grinch loves it here at Arrowhead as the Raiders have taken a 20-7 lead with just seconds left in the third quarter here. We'll see if the Kansas City Chiefs have any Christmas magic left and can win the West for Chiefs Kingdom fans everywhere. Richie James is going to be back to return this kick here as the Raiders are going to kick here. 24 seconds is all that's left in the third quarter here as the Raiders take a 13-point lead. Richie James is going to catch the ball here. He's going to return it here. He's quickly swallowed up here. He gets back to, it looks like the 24-yard line. 19 seconds left in the third quarter here. As the Kansas City Chiefs are going to try to get something going on offense here. And Isaiah Pacheco, by the way, they're showing the replay here. Trey Smith, the massive Chiefs guard, just need him right in the head. I think he's fine, but he's on the sidelines here. CEH is going to enter the game here. It's going to be a 2 wide receivers to the top of the formation, 1 wide receiver and Kelsey at the bottom. CEH is going to check into Mahomes' left here. Patrick Mahomes taking a shotgun snap here. He wants to go downfield. He's going to check down here. It's Rashid Rice. He's going to cut forward and squirt between 2 defenders for a gain of 7, maybe 6 here as the third quarter comes to an end here. They're going to call it 2nd and 3. So as we approach the fourth quarter, the Chiefs are down by 13. We'll see if any Christmas magic still exists in Kansas City as every Chiefs fan is getting coal for Christmas as the Chiefs are down currently 20-7 as we start the fourth quarter. Kansas City might just have to go through a retool. We'll see. I want to touch base on this here. So One Pride says we need to add an edge, a defensive tackle, a corner, and maybe a guard and another wide receiver, and we're in business. See, you're really missing it. You're really missing it. I want to touch base on this, and I'm going to play Scrooge here. You're going to lose things for the first time. You're going to have players holding out. You're going to lose coaches. You have a much tougher schedule. Instead of adding, this is going to be the first off season that you're going to lose. You're going to lose some players that you wouldn't have thought that are going to be gone, and you're going to lose some free agents that are going to go ahead and ask for more money than what the Lions are willing to give. You're going to, for the first time in a long time, you're going to subtract, not add. What you really need to do is you need to keep the key pieces in play. And instead of adding, because you mentioned 5 things that you want to add, you're going to lose a lot of pieces that you may not have thought of. So one of the key things I think for the Detroit Lions will really be keeping what you have and trying to convince players not to break the bank, because you're going to have 1 or 2 of your free agents that are going to try and break the bank. I don't blame an NFL player for trying to change his life. I know a lot of Chiefs fans are mad because Tyreek Hill wanted $30 million in Miami instead of $24 or $25 million. And here's the drill. $5 million a year is still life-changing money, even in today's society. So having Tyreek Hill take all that money, I don't blame him. I don't blame an NFL player for trying to get life-changing money. I never blame an NFL player for trying to get life-changing money. Never. But you're going to see that in Detroit. Players are going to leave. You're going to lose pieces. This is the first time that you guys are going to lose significant pieces. You're going to lose pieces, and you're going to lose parts of your coaching staff. Ben Johnson's not coming back as the offensive coordinator. He's going to take some of that coaching staff with him, and we're going to get back to the game here. Patrick Mahomes, he's going to go back to pass here. 2nd and 3, he's going to check down to Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is going to split the defenders, squirt forward for a gain of 7 and a Chiefs first down here. Rashee Rice has got to be the guy who's got to make a play, a little chippiness here for Rashee Rice, and I think it was Nate Hobbs here. Rashee Rice, when he gets the ball in his hands, is violent. Robinson, the Raiders starting corner, is trying to get a strip here. Patrick Mahomes snaps here. He's scrambling. He's going to go to the 40. He's going to run around and go down at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 7 for Patrick Mahomes here. Nice 2nd and short here. They're going to call it 2nd and 2. It's really closer, 2nd and 3 here. As Chiefs are exercising tempo here. They're going to have CEH line up to Patrick Mahomes right here. Chiefs are exercising tempo here. Snap the ball, quick throw here. It's going to be Noah Gray for a first down inside Raiders territory. He's going to go down after a gain of 5. And so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 49. Chiefs are going no huddle here, exercising a little bit of tempo. Patrick Mahomes, 19 out of 30, 132. And, of course, the interception return for a pick 6. Correction, the Chiefs are going to go in the huddle here. They're going 12 personnel here. So you have Noah Gray and Travis Kelce, Justin Ross, and I believe that's Rashee Rice. No, it's MVS. So Rashee Rice is going to take a little bit of a break here. Patrick Mahomes go under center here, 1st and 10 at the Raiders 49 here. He's going to play action. He's going to pump fake. He's going to scramble around to the right side. He wants to go deep, scrambling around here, and he's going to throw the ball. And is this this could be a pick. It's an interception, and Patrick Mahomes thought he was throwing the ball into the ground. Instead, it's going to be an interception. Trevon Moehrig, a 3rd-year player out of TCU, a player I absolutely loved coming out of Texas Christian University, gets the surprise interception. Patrick Mahomes thought he was throwing the ball out of bounds and thought he was throwing the ball into the ground. Instead, this is going to be a pick, and crucial interception by Patrick Mahomes. Crucial interception by Patrick Mahomes. I do think we lose CG. You're going to lose more than that. You're going to lose more than that. You're going to have holdouts for the first time in a long time. You're going to lose more than just those two. You're going to lose more, and then you're also going to lose Ben Johnson. And with Ben Johnson, he's going to take a large part of your coaching staff with him. You're also in a different situation with the draft. In the past, you used the draft to try to trade up. I think this year you're going to have to trade down and fill some of those slots. So you're going to have some roster turnover that you had, and it's going to be a little different than what you've experienced in years past, and that's a big one. Sewell and Sun God are the major ones. I have no idea what Amon-Ra's contract situation is. I actually thought you signed him in the offseason, but Penei Sewell, don't be surprised if he gets $100 million. That's a big one. Don't be surprised if he gets $100 million. That's a big one. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, 2 interceptions. That's a big one. So that's a big one. Horrible effort. And MVS is a guy that I agree with you. One pride, he'd look great in a Lions uniform. Yeah, I could see him in Detroit next year. Yeah, I definitely agree. I'm sorry. I'm taking a shot. I'm mad. Yeah, I'm taking a shot. Yeah, MVS will not be back with Kansas City. But Patrick Mahomes, I think, was throwing that ball. I thought he was throwing the ball incomplete. But, a bad effort by MVS. MVS not been at all what the Chiefs are wanting. I mentioned Sky Moore. I haven't even seen him on the field today. I do believe he's active. I will say if Kelsey retires, he's set for life. He marries Taylor. That is true. That is true. That's one of those rare situations. I don't know who the guy was Holly Berry married, but in a divorce, he ended up getting alimony and I think child support. And Holly Berry's, it's not fair. Well, talk to millions of men that have been divorced over the years. So, but Kelsey is set for life. Kelsey ideally is set for life anyway. I think that also his podcast is amazing too. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, they're taking a look at this again, and there's a chance that this is going to be not ruled an interception after all, and this is going to be ruled incomplete. This is actually what a big break by the Kansas City Chiefs is Trevon Moehrig, a player I absolutely loved out of TCU. And it's overturned here. So the Kansas City Chiefs are going to get the ball back here. Patrick Mahomes is going to go back to pass. It's a pump action pass. He's going to drop it off. CEH is going to run around here. He's going to run over a defender and get a gain of 9 here. Nice job by CEH with some extra effort, making it a 3rd and 1. Great job by CEH there. A much maligned CEH as he lost his starting job to Pacheco. And another guy that may not be back here. MVS is going to exit, and I can't see who came on. I believe that's Rashee Rice. 3rd and 1 here for the Kansas City Chiefs at the Raiders 41. It's actually closer to 3rd and 2. They're going to call it 3rd and 1 here. CEH going to motion but come back to the original position to the right of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. Patrick Mahomes wants to go deep. He's going to scramble around the right side, and he's going to pick up the first down, and he's going to go out of bounds at the 34-yard line here. A field goal is probably not in the cards for the Kansas City Chiefs. I really think the Chiefs are probably in 4-down territory at this point in time. I think what they want to do is really think an end zone here. I think a field goal is pretty much off the table, but you never know. 1st and 10 here. CEH is going to go around the right side here. He's got some room, but he's going to be quickly swallowed up. He's going to get a gain of 5. There's a flag on the play. I'm not really sure. Normally, I would say holding, and they're going to indicate that's holding. So, Swift is a billion. Is she really? I didn't know she was a billionaire. I did not know that. I really didn't think she was a billionaire. But wow. I'm wondering, do we pay golf or not? That's a big question. That's a huge question, to be honest with you, because if you do pay golf, you're going to limit some other opportunities. But if you don't pay them, do you trust? Bridgewater's going to retire. That's another thing. Is Bridgewater's going to retire. That backup quarterback spot's a big deal. 1st and 18 at the Raiders 42 after the holding penalty. Patrick Mahomes going to go back to pass here. Patrick Mahomes being pressured here. Kuntz is having a day for the Raiders. Patrick Mahomes scrambling around. He's going to run forward and get a gain of 1. Kuntz is a free agent after this season, and he's had 3 sacks. Him opposite Max Crosby's caused a lot of pressure here. That one was not on the rookie. He was going against Jawan Taylor, the big free agent acquisition here. And I don't like Patrick Mahomes taking all these hits, man. 2nd and 17 for the Kansas City Chiefs. His time's quickly running out here. We got over 11 minutes left in the 4th, but the Chiefs need 2 scores here. Kansas City Chiefs here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation here. He wants to go deep, a little screen pass to CEH. He's got blockers, but he's going to run away from the blockers. Shreds a tackle. He's at the 30, 25. He's at the 20, 15, 10. Pushed out of bounds at the 9-yard line. He goes away from his blockers, but he sheds a tackle. And by the way, if he would have cut up field, there was 2 blockers. Instead, he goes out of bounds, but a huge gain. Nice play by CEH as he gets a Kansas City Chiefs first down as the Chiefs are inside the red zone here. And nice play by CEH with the stiff arm. But if he would have read the blockers here, he had 2 guys after he stiff armed Nate Hobbs to the ground. He had 2 blockers to his right. If he just would have cut up, he could have gotten into the end zone. 1st and goal for the Kansas City Chiefs here. They're going to fake the play. It's going to be an incompletion as they try to get Travis Kelce the ball. We haven't heard from Travis Kelce except for that pass interference penalty here. And Travis Kelce is staying down here. He gets up gingerly. It's going to be 2nd and goal here for the Kansas City Chiefs I firmly believe this is 4-down territory for the Chiefs. I don't see the Chiefs trying to kick a field goal here as they are down by 2 possessions. Even though there is 10:35 left in the game, there's plenty of time. I really think the Chiefs are going to be in 4-down territory. 4-down territory. It's going to be 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line here. MVS and Rashid Rice at top of formation. Noah Gray and Travis Kelce at the bottom here. It's going to be a little quick throw. Travis Kelce bobbles this again. He's going to break a couple tackles, corkscrews his way, but only gets a gain of 2. It's going to be a 3rd and goal at the 7. And huge effort by Travis Kelce is a huge effort by Kelce on this play, and a nice play design, but just Raiders are ready for it. Raiders are ready for it, but give Kelce a lot of credit. Give Kelce a lot of credit. It's going to be 3rd and goal at about the 7-yard line here. Travis Kelce only 2 yards receiving as is his first catch in the second half here. 3rd and goal at the 7-yard line. And again, I think the Chiefs are in 4-down territory. Patrick Mahomes back to pass, and it's going to be a false start. Actually, correction, it's going to be a timeout here. The Raiders are going to call their first timeout of the second half, so 9:57 left in the game. Raiders 20, Chiefs 7, but the Chiefs are on the 7-yard line. My question is, do I want them? That's a big question. That's a huge question, because if you pay Goff the money that he may be asking for, can you afford to pay? Can you afford to pay Sewell and Amon-Ra? Yeah, she has about 7. Okay, by the way, just because you buy a $749 million house does not mean you have $749 million. I think, I know he's retiring, but I thought he was still, the Lions fans tell me, I thought he was still the Lions backup quarterback, but he's retiring in the offseason. 3rd and 7 here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. He's scrambling around. He drops it off, but it's incomplete here. It's going to be a 4th down for the Kansas City Chiefs, and we're going to see what happens. I believe that they're going to go for it here on 4th and goal here. We're going to have to wait and see. But I don't know. I thought he was still the backup quarterback, but you guys tell me that. And I was correct here. The Chiefs are in 4-down territory. It's going to be 4th and goal here at the 7-yard line here. 9:52 is left in the game. Down by 13. The Chiefs make the decision. It's end zone or bust here for the Kansas City Chiefs here. And the play clock is going under 10 here. And Patrick Mahomes is talking to some of those receivers on the right side, trying to make adjustments here. Patrick Mahomes is going to go back to pass. He's going to throw the ball in the corner of the end zone. It's incomplete here. No flags on the play, so the Raiders are going to take over at their own 7-yard line here. And what this was that the Chiefs are putting Travis Kelce in a group with Rashid Rice, and the plan was to get Rashid Rice the ball on what I would call a flag route. Basically kind of a go up this way, go out that way. And the flag route was not open as Hobbs had excellent position. But the plan was to use both Noah Gray and Travis Kelce to move on the inside and then put one-on-one situation for Rashid Rice on the outside, but didn't pan out as the Raiders will take over on downs. Raiders 20, Chiefs 7, as time is quickly running out for the good guys in Kansas City, as Scrooge has entered Arrowhead in the form of the Las Vegas Raiders. So as we are on commercial break here, the Kansas City Chiefs will try to figure out what to do. The defense needs to come up big here as time is quickly running out for the Kansas City Chiefs. And what a great present this would be for Vegas Raiders fans everywhere, as playoff hopes and hopes of possibly still winning the AFC West are still alive for the Raiders. If they can somehow hold on and keep this game together, the Raiders do have a chance. Keep in mind, the Raiders still play the Colts and the Denver Broncos, so there still is a chance for the Raiders to get into the playoffs. They are officially eliminated if they can't hold on here. The Kansas City Chiefs, of course, with a win today, would win the AFC West for the 8th straight time, but they may have to wait till next week to get that done. Things are not looking good for the Kansas City Chiefs as we are still in commercial break here. The Raiders up 20-7 thanks to 2 defensive touchdowns and 2 field goals. The Chiefs defense is playing lights out, but the offense has been able to do absolutely nothing so far. So we'll see what happens here for the Kansas City Chiefs as they try to get the ball back. What you want to do if you're the Chiefs here is just force a quick. If you can't get a turnover, force a quick 3 and out. Force a quick 3 and out. And if you're the Raiders, you're not thinking points, you're thinking clock. You're up by 2 scores. The defense has played really well. You don't need to do a lot. You just gotta eat up some of that clock. She's worth 1. Okay. I did not know that. Oh, here's the thing though. Just because you buy a $750 million house does not mean you're worth $750 million. Or it doesn't mean you have $750 million. I mean, technically your house is like an asset, but if you rent a $750 million house, which a lot of people do, believe it or not, a lot of these Hollywood mansions or celebrities are actually rented. They actually rent them, But I don't know. They're going to rule Isaiah Pacheco with a concussion and that he is out. Envious commented today here by One Pride 40 saying envious look. By the way, great run by Zahir White getting a gain of 7, and that's exactly what they want. And this is a big thing for the Raiders is Zamir White needed to have a big day. Zahir White, he's going to get a loss of 2 here, but he had to have a big gain. Great job by Mike Pennell. Former graduate of Grandview High School. Grandview is a suburb. It's actually about 15 minutes that way, suburb of Kansas City. So local kid comes up with a big play for the Kansas City Chiefs. 3rd down and a crucial 3rd down for the Las Vegas Raiders as they would love nothing more than to get a 1st down here. A 1st down here by the Raiders would severely limit the Chiefs' opportunities to come back in this game. The Chiefs are down by 13, need 2 touchdowns. Failing on the 4th down here, the Raiders at 3rd and 5. Aiden O'Connell being shotgun set. The Chiefs look like they're going to blitz. It's a run blitz, and Amir Abdullah is going to get the 1st down as Mike Edwards was not able to get him down in time. Great job by Amir Abdullah, former Nebraska Cornhusker. What they did is they planned this out. They ran Amir Abdullah away from where the blitz was at here. I'm not really sure why the Chiefs decided to just leave the right side of the formation unguarded, but a key 1st down for the Raiders is they're going to eat up at least a couple more minutes out of this here. And remember, the Chiefs used the timeouts, are limited to 2 timeouts here. We are under 8 minutes here. So the Raiders, if they're smart, just try to run the ball 3 times here and take this to about under 6 minutes here before they have to punt. If they have to punt here, Zamir White's going to power forward for a gain of 3, maybe 4. And we're going to go to under 7 minutes before the Raiders snap the ball again. 2nd and 7 here for the Raiders. As Raiders, this has been the game plan all along to just eat up the clock. But the Raiders starting right tackle is down. He is in pain. He's got his helmet off. And we're going to take a commercial timeout here as the Raiders right tackle, their starting right tackle, has had a really good game today. Even though the Chiefs defensive lines put some pressure on Aiden O'Connell, this is a major loss for the Raiders as he is down on the ground, writhing in pain as I try to spit out a word. We're going to take a commercial break here as the Kansas City Chiefs are still down 20-7. It'll be about 7:28 left in the game when time resumes here. More than likely, judging from the way the helmet was off, he'll have to be replaced. That's a big advantage for Kansas City. You never want to see a player go down, but when a starting offensive lineman for the Raiders going down doesn't actually benefit Kansas City. I think that what we're going to see is Kansas City use their big personnel. The Chiefs have a big assortment of defensive linemen, and they're healthy, so they can put some of their bigger players, some of their run stuffers on that defensive line and force the Raiders to possibly try to throw the football here, which is not something that the Raiders really want to do at this juncture in the game. Perfect situation for the Raiders here is that they run the ball 2 more times and get a 1st down, or maybe they get a long run here on 2nd and 7. Luckily, the Raiders offensive lineman is jogging off the field. It is Jermaine Ilumafor, and I'm really bad at names, so I apologize. He's having a good game. He's the Raiders' starting right tackle. He was thrust into play as a starter, and he's done an excellent job so far. But he's probably going to be done. Looks, even though he jogged off the field, I don't think he's going to come back. The Chiefs' defense, except for that third down conversions, played lights out this second half. Give the Chiefs' defense a lot of credit, but the offense has just looked absolutely awful. The Chiefs are going to line up here they're going to line up the old school 4-3 formation here as they got 3 linebackers. Correction, that's not a linebacker, that's McDuffie. And he comes in for the stop here. It's going to be a third down and a long 4 for the Raiders as they just run Zamir White right up the middle here. The intention really is to not get a big play, but to just eat up clock here is we're going to go under 6:30 here. What you want to do is you want to eat up the clock and then punt and give the Chiefs the ball back with roughly 5:30 left if you don't get the first down. If you get the first down here, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, you may have to start thinking about calling timeouts here because you need some time to get the ball back here. Great job by the Raiders offense just utilizing the clock. They actually are going to throw the ball, and it's going to be incomplete here. Incomplete here as they're trying to hit Colton Miller here, and it's going to be a Chiefs. It's going to be Hunter Renfrow. Why can I not get that guy's name right? I've been following him since Clemson, but they're trying to get Hunter Renfrow on a slant. It's incomplete, and the Chiefs are going to get the ball back with about 6 minutes left. They need to put up 2 scores, but they got 2 timeouts, and you got Patrick Mahomes, so anything can happen here. 4th and 4 for the Raiders here. The Raiders are going to punt here. Richie James is going to get the punt return here. He's going to catch the ball at the 31. He's going to go, and he's quickly down. Very nice special teams play. I don't know who number 19 is for the Raiders, but very nice tackle by the Raiders special teams unit. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs, 6:05. And again, the Raiders really messed up. They should just, instead of trying to get the first down, they should just ran the ball, eat up some more of that clock, give the Chiefs fewer opportunities. And the Raiders defense played phenomenal today, holding the Chiefs only 7 points while scoring 2 touchdowns. 6:05 left, and Chiefs got 69 yards to go as they get the ball 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line here. And we have a flag here. Max Crosby's jumping up and down. And what it is that's too many men on the field here. So it's going to be a penalty on the Raiders, and it's going to result in 5 yards. And so it's going to be a 1st and 5 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Possibly a crucial penalty because it opens up more of the playbook. While the Chiefs are in a hurry, they do got to score twice. 6:05 is more than enough time here. The score is 20-7, Perry. Raiders are still up 27. Patrick Mahomes wants to take a shot downfield here, and he's going to scramble around here as he's wanting to go downfield, but he's going to throw the ball out of bounds. And what the Chiefs are doing here is a little different than what they've normally done, is that Patrick Mahomes is going deep to short. He's trying to get some shots downfield, and I don't like what he's doing is that instead of just taking some small yards here, he's trying to go downfield, and these Chiefs receivers really aren't responding well here. MVS and Rashid Rice don't really seem to be in sync with what Patrick Mahomes is trying to do. By the way, the score is 20-7. Raiders still on top. 2 2nd and 5 left with 5:53 left in the game here. Patrick Mahomes is going to go back to pass here. He's again wanting to go downfield, but he's going to check down to Blake Bell, and the Belldozer is going to get 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 1 here at the 40. Chief Superfan says, I've seen enough. This is embarrassing. It's time for Veach to get a receiver this offseason. 3rd and 1 here for the Kansas City Chiefs, says the Chiefs are taking a little longer than necessary here as the Chiefs are not. They're going to bring in some different personnel here. I don't think it's the right time to do this here, but Chiefs are going to go 3rd and 1 here. They're going to line up 3 tight ends, and then they're going to run CEH right up the middle, and he's going to lose a yard. Bad play calling by the Kansas City Chiefs offense. And on 4th and 2, the Chiefs are going to go for it. They're going to call it 4th and 1, but it's really 4th and 2, is that they went ahead and brought in some extra tight ends. And, yeah, they're going to do this, by the way. They're going to get some help via free agency and the draft. And they're showing the play here. This could have very easily been called a face mask on Max Crosby, but it's not going to be called. Dan, my Miss Airbnb. 4th and 1, 5 minutes left in the game, folks. It's going to be 5 minutes left in the game here, actually under 5. 4th and 1 here, the biggest play of the game so far. Chiefs down by 13, 4th and 1. We're going to see what's going on here. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation, CEH to his left here. It's going to be play action pass here. Patrick Mahomes trying to scramble around here. He wants to go downfield. He's going to scramble and slide for a first down here. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the Raiders 41-yard line. Chiefs got to go no huddle as they don't have enough time really to huddle up or make too many adjustments here. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 42-yard line. We are under 4:20 left in the game here. Patrick Mahomes going to throw it past to Richie James. Richie James going to make a move but go out of bounds after a gain of 4, stopping the clock with 4:16 left in the game. And 2nd and 6 from the Kansas City Chiefs here. One of these receivers has to make a play. One of these receivers has to make a play. There has to be an adjustment made by one of these receivers. So 2nd and 6 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Only 4:16 left in the game. The Chiefs do have 2 timeouts. They really need to keep both timeouts. They got 54 yards to pay dirt here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation, trips to the top here. Rashid Rice to the bottom here. Patrick Mahomes wants to go deep downfield. He's going to fire across the middle. Richie James is open at the 30, the 25. He's at the 20s. He's going to cut to the inside. He's cowered forward here. The Raiders are trying to strip the ball away, but he's inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal at the 9. Richie James, big play for the Kansas City Chiefs here. And the Raiders, looks like it was a blown coverage. And nice play, nice cut move by Richie James as he gets down inside the 10-yard lines here. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to huddle up as they need this. Richie James made a play. He's wide receiver 2, number 2. Kansas City's record is 9-5, hopefully 10-5, but we need a touchdown here. 1st and goal for the Kansas City Chiefs as we are under 3.5 minutes left. Chiefs down by 13. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. It's going to be a little screen pass. CEH, he's going to cut through, but he's tackled only after a gain of 3 here. The Chiefs really need to go more on. Patrick Mahomes yelling, come on here, as they're not getting the playoff. Chiefs really need to do something better than this here. It's 2nd and goal, and the Chiefs are using way too much time here. Chiefs are using way too much time here. It's 2nd and goal as we are under 3 minutes left into the game. 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Rashid Rice moves in motion here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. He's going to scramble around, throws the ball in the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Nice play by Trayvon Moehrig on Noah Gray. So 3rd down and goal here. The clock stops at 2:48. Way too much time was used up between Richie James making the catch and Kansas City Chiefs offense making those 2 play calls here. Bottom line, when the screenplay CEH, the Chiefs should have another play ready to go. I don't think Patrick Mahomes has enough ability or enough control just to operate a 2-minute offense here. Patrick Mahomes is going to scramble. He's going to throw the ball. Touchdown, Justin Watson in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City Chiefs. Taylor Swift sighting. Justin Watson touchdown. Extra point can make this 6 points. 2:42 left in the game. The comeback is alive. Perry House says Rice is the only wide receiver worth keeping. Justin Watson is going to come back next year. The Chiefs really like him, but he's not really a number 2 guy. But the comeback is alive. We have the extra point. Keep in mind, this would be a 3-point game if Butker made the field goal earlier in the game. But with the extra point up, the extra point is good. We have a 6-point game. Folks, it's not over yet. 2:42 is left in the game. The score is Raiders 20, Chiefs 14. The Raiders and Chiefs both have 2 timeouts left. The game plan has not changed for the Raiders one iota. Control the clock. Win the turnover battle, win the special teams battle. Even if you don't get a first down, you can punt the ball and force the Chiefs to drive all the way down the field. So Perry asked a great question. At Chiefs Superfan, do you think Nagy should be fired at season's end, or you think it's a lack of talent at wide receiver? Chiefs Superfan, Perry has a great question for you, brother. Perry has a great question for you. Keep in mind, if Butker didn't miss the field goal, this could be a 3-point game and the situation would be completely different. The timeout taken in the third quarter could bite Kansas City in the ass, as I warned Chiefs fans earlier in the broadcast here. Patrick Mahomes, in his 95th career game, has thrown for 218 touchdowns. That is most for an NFL quarterback in his first 100 games. Record was 217, held by Marino for his first 100, but 95, Patrick Mahomes has 218. 2:42 is left in the game here. The Raiders are going to let the ball go out into the end zone here. Need a Raider turnover. Kevin's saying the right things here. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Now, keep in mind, what the Raiders want to do is, if you don't get a first down, can you put the Chiefs back far enough? Both timeouts are going to be used right after this play unless clock stops here. 2:42 left in the game here. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Raiders. I fully expect the Raiders to just play conservative here. They're lined up old school I formation. I firmly believe that what you're going to see here is the Raiders just run the ball and force Kansas City to use both timeouts. And we're going to see a handoff just right up the middle here. Zaire White, nice run by Zaire White as he gets a gain of 6. And the Kansas City Chiefs are going to use their second timeout here. Nice run on first down by Zaire White. When I talk about Zaire White needing a big gain, that's what I was talking about. That's the biggest run of the game, and he got 6. There's a big difference between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8. Now the Raiders can get a little creative. If the Raiders want to, I would recommend doing a bootleg right here. If you're going to throw the ball, this is the play to do it right here. You don't want to do it on 3rd down. I would say if the Raiders try anything, you do it here. If you do it here, by the way, a first down doesn't end the game. It does not end the game, but it makes things extremely, extremely difficult. 2nd and 4 here for the Raiders. 2:35 left in the game here. Raiders are going to hand the ball right up to Zaire White. Zaire White gets a first down. He breaks free. He's at the 45. He's at the 50. He's at the 55-40. He's at the 35. Tackled at the 25-yard line. That might be game. That might be game. If it was anybody but Mahomes playing quarterback, he would have been benched. His head isn't in the game. One step forward, you know the rest. One step forward, you know the rest. Chief Superfan responding to this question says, I think it's both. Nagy has had bad play calling and receivers have dropped costly passes. I keep Nagy for now, but wouldn't be surprised. Richard, I don't know. I think you can have a bad game. I don't think it's a question of his head being in the game. I think it's a problem of the Chiefs receivers dropping more passes than any other receiving unit in the National Football League. So, but the Raiders are basically now here's the drill. A first down here actually does end the game. Zamir White, 130 yards rushing. What a big game by Zamir White. What a big game, taking over for Josh Jacobs and getting it done here. It's going to be a handoff, and a first down does end the game. And this game, by the way, that's a first down, and it's going to go down. I believe this game is now over. The Raiders, with the Chiefs not having any timeouts remaining, the Raiders can just take 3 consecutive knees, and this ball game is over. So Zamir White wins MVP award for the Raiders, as the Raiders are, after the 2-minute warning, the Raiders are going to take 3 knee downs, and they win this ball game. Congratulations to the Las Vegas Raiders for pulling off the massive upset on Christmas Day and keeping their very slim playoff hopes alive. The Kansas City Chiefs have to win just one out of their next 2 games, or have Denver and the Raiders lose one. The Kansas City Chiefs are still in the driver's seat for winning the AFC West. All they need to do is win one of their final 2 games of the season. Denver and the Raiders keep their slim chances to win the AFC West alive, and they also keep the opportunity for them to get into the playoffs. The Raiders, with a loss today, would have been eliminated from playoff contention, but the Raiders, with a win today, keeps their playoff hopes alive, and they also have a chance to win the AFC West. The Raiders' schedule goes like this. The Raiders will play at Indianapolis, and then they host Denver. There is an off chance that game against Denver could be for a playoff berth. There is an off chance, but they have to play Indianapolis next week in a game that has massive playoff ramifications because the Raiders, if they lose next week against the Colts, they would be knocked out of playoff contention. So, but if they beat the Colts next week, then both the Colts and the Raiders would still be alive. So that ended the game. For the Kansas City Chiefs. The Raiders are just going to take 3 kneel downs, and it is over for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs lose on Christmas Day. Bah humbug to the Kansas City Chiefs fans, Chiefs Kingdom, and all the great fans out at Arrowhead. Big win, and kudos to the Raiders. If this doesn't say Antonio Pierce deserves to be the next Raiders head coach, I don't really know what does. I really don't know what does. Great job by Antonio Pierce getting the Raiders ready to play in a very hostile environment. Great job by the Las Vegas Raiders keeping their playoff hopes alive. Great job, Zamir White. You get the opportunity to fill in for Josh Jacobs, and you win the game for them. Kansas City is out of timeouts. This game's over. The Raiders are just going to take 3 kneel downs, and this game is over, Charles. Without any timeouts left, I warned you guys with that timeout in the third quarter could come back and bite the Kansas City Chiefs in the ass. Well, it sure does. It sure does. And so what you have here is the Raiders are just going to take some kneel downs. Max Crosby embraces who I think should be the next head coach of the Raiders. Get that interim title, rip it off. So Antonio Pierce, congratulations. If nothing else, you have to be the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, Antonio Pierce. One more after this will be one more kneel down, and the Las Vegas Raiders are going to walk out of Arrowhead with a victory, keeping their playoff hopes alive. At 7-8, they still can get into the playoffs and still have an outside chance to win the AFC West. Panic time? I don't think so, and the reason why I say this is because you're 9-6, and you're 9-6. You win one of your last 2 games. I mean, let's take a look at the Chiefs' schedule here. You win one of the next 2 games, and you still win the AFC West. Once you get into the playoffs, you have this really great defensive unit. I mean, we're playing the Bengals, and we end the season at the Chargers. We're going to win at least one of those games. So, looks like I'm going to be 11-5. Well, I hope you are. Do you feel Mahomes will get mad because of this season? Want big changes in the offseason? Yes. But keep in mind, you got to understand something. The Chiefs win one of these 2 next games, and they get into the playoffs. And once you get in the playoffs, absolutely anything can happen. Absolutely anything can happen. Once you get into the playoffs, anything can happen. But Patrick Mahomes should be mad. Should be mad. KC need an SNA. I don't know what an SNA is. Final score, Vegas 20, Chiefs 14. Kansas City needs a retool in the offensive line, tight end, and wide receiver. Yes. Well, what it is that on the left side, we're starting a rookie left tackle, Wanda Morris. I like him as a backup. Donovan Smith was signed this offseason as the backup left tackle, or as a starting left tackle. He signed on a 1-year deal. Wanda Morris, a 4th-round pick out of Oklahoma, got a lot of upside, but I don't know if he's really going to be the left tackle of the future or not. The Chiefs' interior 3 is still one of the best interior 3s in the National Football League, but there's a lot the Chiefs have to address. Chiefs need another tight end. and they're going to go into the draft and in free agency looking to upgrade the wide receiver position. So, do you trust this wide receiver group in the playoffs? No, I don't. I trust Travis Kelce. Remember Travis Kelce had one of the all-time great playoff performances of all time. Last year in the game against Jacksonville, he had 14 receptions, which is a NFL postseason record for any receiver. It was previously tied by a couple players, but most famously Kellen Winslow with that game, the 81 playoff game against the Dolphins, where he had 13 receptions and 169 yards, a touchdown, and a blocked field goal. So I trust Kelce. Kelce had 14 receptions and he had over 100 yards against the Bengals, and then had a really big game in the Super Bowl. Didn't go over 100 yards, but did have a touchdown. I trust Kelce. I trust the defense, and I trust Mahomes. But can the Chiefs still go to the Super Bowl? Yeah. You have a great quarterback, the greatest tight end to ever live, in my opinion, Travis Kelce. Maybe it's hyperbole, but you have Kelce, you have Mahomes, you have a really great Chiefs defense. So it is possible. We don't turn some stuff around. Super Bowl not happening. I agree, though. Funk, outstanding. Yeah, I know, Funk. But you know, Funk, I'm not even going to joke around. Your favorite team, the Lions, won, clinched a playoff berth. And then your AFC team, the Raiders, won, and big win for the Raiders. If Antonio Pierce didn't earn a head coaching job today, I don't know what else he can do. Regardless of what he does the next two games, I think that this win alone deserves a head coaching job. I would love to see Mark Davis go down and just say, hey, the job's yours. And I really think that's what he should do. When do you think Travis he's already slowed down quite a bit. I've been saying he's a lot slower the last couple seasons. You can tell he's already slowing down. He's been slowing down the last couple of years, but he's got a really good relationship with Travis Kelce, and he also has a really great creative coaching staff that's really utilized him to his strengths. But one of the things that's really helped him out is that he's had guys that can take the pressure off of him. This year he doesn't have that. So, but yeah, he's been slowing down the last several years. He's a big dude. I remember, I think at the combine he ran like a 4.61 or 4.63. He's probably like a 4.7, 4.8 guy now, but he's got phenomenal moves. And he, like I said, he trucked somebody earlier. So yeah. Pierce better. Yeah. I mean, seriously, if I'm Mark Davis, I don't waste my time with a coach. I just flat out say, this is my guy, but I would spend my effort trying to get a general manager who can work with Antonio Pierce, because the Raiders fired both the head coach and the general manager. I would keep Antonio Pierce, and this has happened before. It's unusual, but what you can do is fire your coach and general manager and then hire your coach first. There's a lot of teams that hire the coach first and then go after a general manager. Traditionally, it's you get the general manager first, then you get your head coach, but sometimes it's flipped. I know in Kansas City, they signed Andy Reid first, then they signed John Dorsey. John Dorsey, of course, one of your Lions fans got nasty. I ended up deleting the comment, but he reminded me that Dorsey's not the assistant general manager in Detroit, but he holds a lot of weight in that Lions organization, because a lot of things that the Lions are doing reminds me a lot of what Kansas City did in 2013 when John Dorsey took over as general manager. But Andy Reid was hired first. Now that situation is a little different, but It's not uncommon that you hire the head coach and you don't hire the general manager, or you hire general manager afterwards. And if I'm the Raiders, that's exactly what I do. If I'm the Raiders, I keep Antonio Pierce as the head coach, and then I go after the general manager. And you go through. I don't know Antonio Pierce's whole coaching career, but he was a longtime player with the Giants. He has ties to the Raiders. I'm not exactly sure how. I do know that there was part of their, like, I think he's like from the California area, something along those lines, but there's something that he has in touch with the Raiders organization. He also played at Alabama, which means that a lot of the coaches he's coached under are in the NFL right now. You may say, what does that have to do with anything? Sometimes those guys take front office positions. So the Raiders, what they may do is try to find somebody that Antonio Pierce has a relationship with and have him be the general manager. One of the biggest things that you have is you have to have, in order for a team to succeed, the head coach and general manager can't butt heads. They got to work together. So I would have Antonio Pierce, and then I would bring in a general manager. And normally you don't do this with a coach that doesn't have any experience, but I think you make an exception here. And I think what you do is you build a team around Pierce and Aiden O'Connell, and then you get a general manager that can help you with the draft. Somebody like maybe a director of college scouting from an organization. And don't be surprised. You may find somebody who doesn't have general manager experience. You get an inexperienced guy that can help you recruit the build around. But that's what I would do. She should be happy Mark Davis can't find the right coach. Pierce is a mirror. Sorry, I'm mirror. If I said that, I'm sorry. I think I misspoke. But Antonio Pierce, I'm adamant that Mark Davis should just, hey, you're the head coach, and we'll go from there. We need D-line, no-line help in the draft. If you're talking to the Lions, I could see that. It'll be. I think the Lions are going to be a very interesting team, and I've said this, and Lions fans have argued with me, but I think that what they do is a different approach in the draft. I actually think the Lions trade out of the first round this year and try to stockpile in depth, because I think that what you're going to see is you're going to have defections, and this would be a year to do something different and really try to stock up depth and try to get players in the later rounds. So, oh yes, yeah, you black dude, yeah. So he would. As soon as he's interviewed for the job, you qualify for the Rooney Rule, so you don't get fined or whatever. So, hey, do you believe that Kansas City did not bring their A game today? It seemed to me they did not bring it with them. I know Kansas City's much better than this. Kansas City should have won today. I'm shocked. No, they did not bring their A game. The offense looked out of sync. The Raiders looked really ready to go. I've seen this from almost every team that's beaten Kansas City, is that they brought their A game and Kansas City just brings a B game. Kansas City's never lost. They've lost a season opener once before, but Andy Reid, like 8 straight season openers, 5 straight games after a bye, and they lost season opener against the Lions. They lost after the bye for the Eagles, and both times they just didn't look really ready to play. If you want to blame Matt Nagy, you could blame that. I really just look at it as I really think it's that simple. The receivers just need to get better. I think Patrick Mahomes is pressing. I think that Travis Kelce's frustrated. I at the beginning of the year, I thought Sky Moore was going to be a 1,000-yard receiver. I don't even think he played today. It's a second-round draft pick. I think he was a 50th or 51st pick in the draft, and he's not even playing. So, yeah, Chiefs did not bring their A game. Yeah, Mark Davis can hire him immediately. So what would happen is Mark Davis can hire him. And if I'm Mark Davis, I would not even try to look around for a head coach. I would just hire Antonio Pierce. And then what you do is you go to start and try to find the right general manager, which a lot of times is more important than finding the right head coach. I think you got the coach. The general manager is a big part of this team. You can have a really good coach and have a bad general manager and things can fall apart. So the Raiders really, what they really should do is go after the right general manager. If I was Mark Davis, I would go down, I would celebrate with my team, and I'd say, listen, Merry Christmas, Antonio Pierce. You're no longer the interim coach of the Raiders. You are going to be the head coach of the Raiders. And I would get the details ironed out, sign them to a fair contract. And then you got to get a general manager. I would not even focus on trying to look for another head coach. I would focus on finding the right general manager and the right front office personnel that can work with the Raiders and Antonio Pierce, because the Raiders have holes in them. Okay. But if I'm the Raiders, I would leave your quarterback alone. I would leave your head coach alone. You're going to pick high in the draft, even with a win today. Now, keep in mind, if the Raiders make the playoffs, then you're not going to pick high. The trade draft chart that I use is not updated yet. So I still have the Raiders picking 6, but that's going to change. But I blame the receivers. I really do. I really blame the receivers. Sky Moore was I don't know why he didn't play today. I didn't see him. This was a guy, he was a 52nd or he was a 52nd or a 51st, I think 51st player chosen in the draft. And I'm pretty sure he didn't play today. I'm checking the injury report. I'm looking at I use our lads, and he's not even listed as one of the receivers. So I mean, this is a guy that I thought was going to be a 1,000-yard receiver, and instead of being a 1,000-yard receiver, he didn't even play. And this is a guy I'm trying to see here. I'm looking at the Chiefs. Okay, Sky Moore's on IR. Okay, I'm sorry, Sky Moore's on IR. For those of you who don't know, we signed former Bears second-round pick to the practice squad, Anthony Miller, player I loved coming out of Memphis. He was just signed this week from the practice squad. But, Kadarius Toney was out. Justin Ross is coming back. So, yeah. I didn't know he was on IR. I should have. That's on me. Kansas City Chiefs is the best. The Kansas City Chiefs, the best of the best in the NFL, the best quarterback in recent memory, Mahomes. Casper Moon, man, thanks for coming in strong. Don't recognize the name, but it's a fantastic name. So it kind of stands out, but make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And it's great. Your comments are great. Kevin says, I'm gone. Go Giants. Merry Christmas. Kevin, man, thank you for joining me. Merry Christmas to you and everybody else here. I'm going to kind of wrap up here, but I just want to kind of give the Raiders again some credit. Great job by the Las Vegas Raiders. Great job to Antonio Pierce, who I hope will become the next head coach in the national for the Raiders. I think he deserves it. He did a fantastic job. Really, really great job. By Antonio Pierce and the Raiders. Big win for the Raiders, keeping their very slim playoff hopes alive. Keep in mind, the Chiefs, in order to win the West, they have 2 games. They just got to win 1. That's it. The Raiders play the Broncos final game of the season. There is a very strong possibility that game could be that game could be for the playoffs. We'll have to wait and see here. The playoff picture gets very, very exciting. Let's see if they have this updated yet. They do. So here's the drill. The Raiders move into the 11th spot. they beat the Broncos earlier in the season, so they hold all the tiebreaker advantages. Right now, the Raiders at 7-8. Right now, the Raiders at 7-8 have a very good chance because the Colts had the final playoff spot at 8-7. So the Colts, Texans, Steelers, and Bengals are all 8-7. The Raiders and Broncos are 7-8. Every other team's been eliminated in the AFC. Perry says maybe Kansas City needs to play the young players in the next 2 games and work on things to get ready for the playoffs. Absolutely. Keep in mind the Chiefs do hold the tiebreakers over the Jaguars, so they still need 1 win. And they're going to play the Bengals next week. It's at Arrowhead, and I think beating the Bengals is really key. I really think beating the Bengals is really key for the Raiders. I understand the Chargers. They've had the Chargers number, but I don't think you want to go into Week 18 trying to make the playoffs. And keep in mind, as hard as it is believed, the Kansas City Chiefs have not clinched a playoff spot. The Kansas City Chiefs have not clinched a playoff spot. So first thing the Kansas City Chiefs need to do is win and get in. But yeah, I think Justin Ross will play quite a bit next week. I don't know Kadarius Toney's injury, but I think he'll be back. Ideally, Pacheco's going to come back. Wanda Morris, I think, will stay as a starting left tackle. We'll have to wait and see. I'll have some more information out. But don't forget, I will be live tomorrow night too. So Mahomes and Kelsey, an excellent duo within the Kansas. Yeah, Casper. Yeah, I think Kelsey's the greatest tight end who ever lived. I did have a video. I don't have it. I'll post it right now. I had top 10 tight ends of all time. Let me see if I can pull that video up. It's a really, really good video. But I spoiler alert, I have Travis Kelce at number 1, but I put in the reason why. But it's a great video. It's a really great video. So check it out sometime. It's a great video. Guys, any final thoughts, questions? Everybody who tuned in, I want to wish everybody Merry Christmas. I can't thank you guys enough, but thank you very much for joining in. Merry Christmas to everybody. I'm going to get off of here, and I will be live tomorrow night. So I will be live tomorrow night. How much pressure will Andy Reid if Kansas City doesn't make the playoffs, lose number? I don't think he's really under a lot of pressure, to be honest with you. I don't think it's Andy Reid. But Matt Nagy's under some pressure. These Chiefs receivers are under some pressure. And there's going to be some changes made. Matt Nagy could be the scapegoat. I don't think he deserves to be, but he could be. But Andy Reid, I don't think so. I think Andy Reid's just fine. I think it's more Matt Nagy and the receiver core. So great question, Perry. Perry, great stuff as always, man. I hope you're able to make it tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow. I don't have live stream set up. I'll set that up later tonight. And I'll also have my picks video out by tomorrow. So thank you, everybody, if you joined in. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope to see you all back tomorrow.